We have begun.
Okay. Thank you for the countdown. That was a great way to start it. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Senezal's Archivists. Last time our brave heroes arrived in Quartz Cove, and discovered that their way to the larger dwarven city of Grogak had been blocked off by a Sahuagin blockade. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. And so they teamed up with a man named Kimeth, who was once a part of a mercenary guild called the Salty Serpents, who are now just him, after they attempted to deal with the blockade themselves, to go take care of the Sahuagin and free Quartz Cove from their influence. Additionally, they teamed up with Keothi. Sorry, my brain is having a very difficult time today. Yes, they teamed up with Keothi, played by the wonderful Fletch, to I don't know, be mercenaries together. they formed a team with her. God, sorry. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter session today, as you can tell, not entirely all there. I'm very low on sleep. We had a bit of a emergency last night.
It was a mechanical keyboard.
It was a mechanical keyboard emergency.
Anything bad. Oh my gosh. This guy.
Mechanical keyboard emergency.
Pick your words better. We had a bit of an emergency.
I think we've already established that
it is an emergency.
Oh no! Wait, Discord.
There today. So
Wait.
Please have mercy.
I missed like half of that. My Discord just completely lagged out for a second.
Oh, it's okay. It's nothing important.
True, just emergencies.
It's just me talking. Yeah, not like medical emergency, like trying to fix something broken before it was irreversibly broken, although didn't work out. It's okay. It's
Tell me more.
look, fuck off. I will throw something at you from over here. I'll probably miss.
Ooh.
But yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit shorter today. We're going to just continue through this little quest line and probably call it there. But so this time our brave heroes go to confront the Sahuagin in their hideout and hopefully dispose of them. Yeah, I think that's about it.
We murdered a giant shark.
Yes, you blew up a shark with sound waves and lightning.
Relative ease.
Fuck yeah, we did.
Yeah, two crits in a row kind of made short work of what should have been a much more difficult fight.
I feel like we've heard that before.
Yep.
You keep saying that, I'm gonna start scaling the fights up.
I'm looking forward to the fight where like shit gets
Also,
way
remember
too
on some of
intense.
those fights, like our casters got obliterated.
True.
What do you mean, never? Never one time have I been almost cut in half.
Xylia and Nori having gotten knocked down? What?
Yeah, they've never been like
I feel like every
one shot.
every fight, Xylia and Nori like just climb up from like the dirt. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Everything is
Don't know,
fine.
I've
like,
never had my stomach ripped open by a 7-foot tall snake serpent creature.
not even one time.
Xylia's never died in practice combat either.
Listen. Oh, I'm offended.
As well.
Awesome. So we got the shark here, and then we need to go out this way. Like, we need to go out this way.
No, you need to head underwater.
Oh.
Everyone took their
Yes.
Yes,
Wait,
everybody
didn't we?
has drank their potions of warmth, was it? Yeah, the potions of warmth, their fins potions.
None of us needed the potion of warmth.
Oh, it's true. You're all
Yeah.
cold resistant.
I
Yeah,
got
we
my
had to take-
ring.
Well, not me, but people had to take the underwater breathing potions and
We
the,
didn't do.
the
We did
fin.
the spell. What's his face was gonna cast water breathing on us,
Yeah, Kenneth.
so
Right,
we just need to
Yeah.
take the fin potion.
Well, Kimeth already cast water breathing.
Oh,
on
you're
you.
right.
It
'Cause
lasts
it's for
24 hours.
right?
Yeah.
Uh huh.
I thought you guys already took fin potions at the start of the
We did.
like right before
We
the
did.
battle.
Yeah, we did at the start of the battle. I think that's the only one that we take.
Also, I don't remember if anybody ever actually said anything, but Nori, Xylia, I'm assuming you did your mage armor at the
Mhm.
beginning of the day.
I already have my spell taken off for it.
Okay.
I don't, but I will. I do now.
All right. Yeah, I think it's an action to cast regardless, so you can cast it now if you didn't already.
Hell yeah.
But so Kimeth, seeing that this shark just got obliterated, is still a bit stupefied by the events that just transpired.
I told you we were really strong.
Yeah, well, I guess you weren't lying. Well, shall we go find their actual hideout? I'm sure they're expecting us now after that spectacle.
I just stare at him. This guy who cast what did he cast? Shatter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, he does not need to be giving us any sass in regards to the making of noise department.
To be fair, you started it.
No.
No, I didn't. I used lightning.
Yeah.
No, Zillia used the thunder chromatic
Yeah,
orb.
I used it
I know.
after.
But I used
the
lightning
shadow.
first, and then he shattered, and then Zilia used the.
Technically, I started it.
Well, but I just mean
I
as like
screamed at everyone.
that's actually true. But
For
if,
real.
if we're talking, but they're also underwater, so I'm just saying, sound traveling underwater, it's hard. As opposed to space, there's a lot of particles in the ocean.
I meant the light show you put on with the lightning, but yeah.
Cave storm.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about cave storms. Yeah. I see those quite often.
Haven't you ever been to a rainforest cafe?
A what?
Anyways, now that I've broken the fourth wall, yeah, let's go. Ooh, I have a waterproof backpack now too. Good thing I bought that earlier.
Me
Huh?
too.
Yay! So
Same.
I think we all have waterproof.
I'll actually look at Keothi and be like, "Do you have anything important you don't want to get wet?"
She can leave it on the boat, can't she?
Yeah.
I mean, if you
True.
want.
Presumably, you guys don't bring like your entire backpack worth of like rations
Right, I mean,
and whatnot with
we're
you.
gonna leave
like...
that kind of shit on the boat. It's
I guess that makes sense. What if we get stuck
Kenneth's boat.
underwater? What if we starve to death?
Well, then we're dead. Doesn't matter.
I'm joking.
get-
Yeah.
You get stuck in the water, you're gonna have worse things to worry about than not being able to eat. We only have like what 18 hours left on this spell, after which you're gonna find it a lot harder to breathe underwater.
Okay, let's go.
Woo!
Yes, says, touching his newly formed gills.
Well, last time I was here, it was a bit more obvious because there were Sahuagin just outside the cave. This time, as Kibith kind of strides into the water, he like puts his head underwater for a second and comes back up. It's kind of hard to see down there, but by the looks of it, there's none of them swarming us, so I'm assuming that they're not
I mean, I can go
readily
look.
willing to come and find us.
I can see okay under the water.
I think we all can, except maybe him over there, and he points at Xylia. Humans don't see very well in the dark, from what I
I
understand.
point at the Goliath. I don't think Goliaths have dark vision either.
Oh, you right. I didn't even think of that.
You're
Sorry,
right.
Max.
Definitely can't.
We're on the boat currently, right?
No, we're sorry, they're on the shore.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, maybe the couple of us. I mean, Kimmit. It's Kimmit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kimmit. You said like the water is like your domain and stuff. Maybe since you're kind of well versed in the water, maybe me and you can do a little bit of scouting.
It's not a bad idea.
Then we come back and report. I mean,
How-
can you send like? I can't do it, but sometimes my teammates, they like send me messages in my mind to relay information. Can you do that?
Not that I can think of. No.
We can
What if
send
they
you
take
messages. and-
Randy?
Well, didn't Randy get?
Randy got
kinda
demolished,
Oh.
but I was
Forgot
gonna
about
say
that.
if
Wait, is his name Randy?
River
It's River
Randy.
Randy.
Wow, did I actually name my D&D character after Brand's
River
octopus?
Randy?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes. If it's gonna take, if you can wait an hour, I can. I was gonna ritual cast Find Familiar anyway.
Well, if we wait an hour, that's some of the potions wear off, right?
We'll just spam the magical message thing we do to you guys
Yeah.
because it gives you a free response.
Table. You can respond to this message.
Yeah, just table.
You wanted to.
Respond to this message.
I'll send a message and go, why'd you leave the kids up on the table? And then Xylia will message, table!
I wanted to.
Perfect.
Okay, I suggest that maybe, yeah, me and Kenneth will do some scouting, and if we find it, you guys will just keep pinging us, maybe.
Well, Nori will. I am going to be ritual casting River Randy back for an hour.
I don't think
Okay,
they're gonna
wow.
be gone for an hour though. Like I think we're
Yeah,
just
ideally
doing
we
some
wouldn't be
quick
gone that
recon.
long.
I will sit
If
on
the
the
shark
boat
is
and do it
around
then.
here, then the cave is nearby, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
think we might
so.
be. We may need to forego River Randy for a little bit if it's gonna take an hour.
I do have something to help though.
To bring River
Firstly-
Randy back.
No.
Oh.
For you, Remy, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, here, hold on. And he goes into a little side pouch and pulls out a pair of platinum rings and slips one onto his finger and hands you the other one.
Oh, congratulations, you guys.
No, it's not like that.
We just met.
No. Look. They're a required component of the spell, but you need to wear this one for it to work.
Okay.
So he gives you the ring.
I will trust him and put on the ring.
Okay. He places a hand on your shoulder quickly, and you can hear under his voice in Dwarven, both Nori and
He's saying his
Keothu.
wedding vows.
No, he says,
I do.
Goddess Shinov, bringer of the end, spare the two of us your loving embrace until our proper time. And he casts Warding Bond on you, Remy. So you now have a +1 to AC and advantage on all saving throws while you're within 60 feet of him and wearing this ring.
Just hold
Plus-
hands.
Sounds like marriage to me.
You also
Sounds like a commitment.
have resistance to all damage, I believe.
Okay, +1 AC. Advantage on all saving.
Sorry, you have a +1 to AC and a +1 to saving throws, so not advantage on saving throws.
+1 to saving throws.
And then you said
And
resistance to all damage?
Resistance.
To all damage?
All damage, so long as she's within
Yo.
60 feet of him.
Damn, that's
Damn.
dope.
And
Stay right next to that boy.
This will last about an hour.
He's my new
so
soulmate for an hour.
stay close to me and try not to get hit too much. Anytime you get hit, I hurt
And after
too.
that, we get it annulled. I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
1 hour.
What a prenup.
As for the rest of you, as he looks over at Keothi, Xylia, and
Nori sticks her hand out for a ring.
such a piece of shit.
I thought you'd never ask. I felt like there was a real strong connection between us, you know, when we saw you in the Adventurers Guild, with your beer toppled over and your eyes closed.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I was quite the
It's
sight.
because I
behold.
cleaned him up.
Yeah.
That's why I'm the chosen one.
Oh, I bought you a beer for nothing.
Again, under his breath, he quickly chants a prayer to Shinov. Shield these three from their suffering and until they are once again in your loving embrace. As he casts aid on the three of you, Keothi, Nori, and Xylia, your max HP for the next 8 hours has been raised by 5, and you heal 5 hit points.
Let's go.
Good thing I was already at full health.
Same.
In Dwarvish, back to him. I'm going to go. That Shinov person's pretty cool, aren't they?
The bringer of the end? Yeah, I'd say she's cool. Might not be the word I'd go for, but it's.
I mean, I
average.
thought she was pretty. I thought she was pretty cool.
What? Why do you not think she's cool anymore?
No, like, I still do. I thought it, and I still do think.
Cool. I've not met too many other people who actually pay any mind to Shinov beyond, death rites.
I mean, sometimes things just make themselves prevalent, Like, I would say, like, at one point, probably didn't even really know she existed. Another point, definitely knew she existed.
I'm not sure. I mean, we all go through life initially not knowing of the gods. Have you had some form of divine intervention?
I like to just think that, like, I just make friends everywhere, so.
She does.
He looks very confused at that. This is all he's been replying to in Dwarvish.
In Dwarvish, yeah.
So. I see. Are you implying that you're friends with the Endbringer?
Yeah, we're pretty chill.
That's an interesting take.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It was just crazy because, like, ever since, like, I kind of, like, learned about her and all of that stuff, I haven't really met I haven't, like, really met anyone else that's been like, oh, yeah, Shinov,
That's fair. It's not.
So it's kind of just interesting. It's cool. It's like fate, right? It's like this was meant to happen. You think she's cool. I think she's cool. You're giving wedding rings to my friends.
It's not a way.
And
And saying she's cool is an oversimplification of it. I understand that she's less macabre than we make her out to be sometimes.
yeah, I think we should get a beer after this and talk more. I'd be curious. I'd be curious to hear more of your thoughts on.
All right. I think could be an interesting conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, Remy, we got kind of a limited amount of time on this spell.
As I've just been sitting here fucking talking to him, running the clock down. Oop.
I'll take upriver if you want to take downriver.
Yes, sir.
All right. So he jumps off a rock and dives in. And
May Shinov offer you very many blessings. I just yell that at him as he dives into the water.
What she said!
It's just here. Thanks.
He doesn't catch most of what you said because he dove in the water as you were saying it, so it's a bit garbled. But you would notice, Remy, as you're swimming away from him and kind of like getting your orientation, he seems to move basically about as quick as you can in the water, despite his lack of fins and general water swimming
and general
capable
fishery
physiology.
Nice.
General fishery.
His general fish. Good for.
All right, so if you are looking For an underwater cave, Remy, I will need a perception check
Oh.
as you're swimming through the water.
Hmm?
It's okay.
It's not great. Because keep in mind, it is dark, and you are currently only seeing in low light vision, with dark vision. So you actually have disadvantage on that roll. As you're swimming downriver and looking, you don't seem to see anything that would indicate a cave necessarily. There's a few times where you think you might have seen it and go swim up to investigate, but it's just the way that the rocks are like touching each other. It kind of looks like there's like an opening into the side, but you search for 5, 10, 20 minutes and then decide that you've probably gone downriver enough and head back.
Okay.
At which point Kenneth comes back shortly after you and sort of just shakes his head and he says, it doesn't seem to be a whole lot down here to help to jog my memory. It's pretty hard to see. I don't suppose any of you guys have any form of light spells?
Yeah, we can do that. I can also try. I want to look around. Is there any are there any like fish around?
Yeah,
or any
you've
sort of
you've seen a few like smaller indigenous life. Endemic life?
Also, does Kenneth have hair? Or is he bald?
Yes.
Damn
No,
it.
he has hair.
Okay.
So I can.
Really wanted to
You're not
cast
gonna
light on his
cast
head.
light on his head.
I'm gonna see if this works. So I have an ability called Emissary of the Sea.
Right.
Aquatic beasts have an affinity. I can communicate simple ideas with beasts that can breathe water. They can understand the meaning of your words, though you have no special ability to understand them in return. And I'm going to try and call out to a living sea creature here and ask
Oh, God.
if they
Are you Aquaman?
Yes. I'm gonna simple ideas. So I'm going to communicate the image of the Sahuagin
Okay.
and like the idea of like swim in direction
Okay.
or point in direction.
So you catch the attention of a salmon making its way downriver, just sort of staring bug-eyed as it's passing, but it notices you and seems to understand your intent to speak to it, somehow, despite its intelligence probably being like -1. But as
Don't you insult salmon like that. They're my friends.
So it's not like the speak to animals spell then. It's its own thing.
No, so we can't speak to each other. They can understand simple concepts. And I can't understand.
Is it under any sort of, it's not under any compunction to actually like give you any sort of like favorable reply?
No, it
can if it wants to.
can if it wants to. It if it speaks, I can't understand it, but it just says I can communicate simple ideas with beasts that can breathe water. So that was why I was thinking like swim in direction, because they can point towards maybe where it's at.
Okay.
I won't understand them if
It gives you this sort of hollowed-eyed stare back at you. You know, the typical fish look as its mouth is just kind of gaping open slightly and going. Before it slowly kind of turns in the water and looks just a little bit off, like maybe about 40 feet away from you, and swims a little bit closer to it and then darts back towards you.
I communicate thank you. Gratitude.
It quickly continues swimming downriver. And you kind of notice it gives a wide berth to where it sort of swam a little bit closer to.
Kenneth.
Yeah.
Say it
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, you just asked the fish for directions.
It reminds me of the
The
scene from
salmon
Finding
scoped
Nemo
you.
where they like
Yeah,
congregate.
That salmon that just swam off.
Yeah.
He told me it's that way.
You could dock to fish.
Yeah, and I kind of hold up like my webbed fingers, and I'm like showing
You know
off
what?
like my gills.
Probably not the weirdest thing I ever heard of, especially given you're a Triton.
Yeah.
All right.
We can
fair
all
enough.
do that. It's a
That's
thing we
actually
can
pretty
do.
handy.
Yeah, it's not like as good as like being able to like really speak with them, but like we got a feel for each other, you know?
You know,
Guys
the
are vibing.
Sahuagin can kind of speak to fish too, from what I understand.
Oh dear
Which is
lord.
how we ended up with Big Boy up there.
Big.
Yeah.
Well, he's not so big anymore. He's kind of chum, but
it's
Chum
Yeah.
boy.
chum boy.
it's that way, and I point to where the salmon had kind of pointed over.
If you guys do want some light, I can cast light on something that you have. It lasts for like an hour.
It might be handy, especially given you don't want to be underwater with no light the entire time, I'm assuming.
Hold something
Did we want
out
to
for
go
me,
with
killer.
our initial? Did we want to go with our other plan, which was gonna be like to light Keothi's weapon again?
Well, Keothi's not going, right? It's just...
Why wouldn't she?
Why?
You guys just
We
gonna
know
leave
what
her
way
on
we're-
shore while you
yeah.
deal with the Sahuagin?
We
No, I
know
mean
we
to-
know what way we're going
I mean
now.
to-
They already recon. We know which way
Oh.
we're going.
You want to leave me and this axe
No, I
behind?
thought it was just Keothi and Remy that were going.
You mean Kimeth?
No,
Kenneth and Remy, yeah.
Me
I
and
didn't cast
Kemet-
water breathing on all of you just so you could sit on shore like a
Me and
bunch of
Kenneth went
logs.
to scout and find out where the cave was. I figured out where it was. We would come back up and
Okay.
relay that information to all of you, in which Kenneth reinforces the idea that we should cast light on something.
Okay, well the light spell's still cast on Keothi's weapon then. It's still
How
in
long
the
does it last for?
It's an hour, but I'll just say it's topped up. I'll just keep it topped
Yeah.
up.
If he recasts it, it renews it, so.
I also kind of really don't want to use it, but I have. Is the moon touch sword like that gives off light, doesn't it?
Oh, it
Yep.
does.
Yeah, but I'd rather you just cast light on. Quite honest.
Yeah, it's
The
already
Moontouch
on
sword
Keothi's
definitely
weapon.
has a smaller radius comparatively, but it's also less intrusive light. It glows more like the glow of a moon than the actual like sun. Like the light spell replicates almost a torch in that it's very bright.
You can dim it if you cover it up, though. I don't know
Kind
how
of,
that
yeah.
works. Fully.
Well, if you've cast it on Keothi's battle axe, that might be a bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
Or great axe.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want a super dim light, we could, but I think light would be better because I don't think.
Light it all up. I want to see the
If
terror in there.
If I look under the surface of the water, is there any like plant life that's giving off any light at all, even if it's just like a faint colored light?
Along the shoreline and up the walls of the cavern itself, there is like that glowing kind of lambent moss.
What color is it?
Kind of a greenish color.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna make the color of the light green as well to try just make it blend in slightly.
Okay. Yeah, you could try to do that. It's still much brighter than the moss would ever be, but you can certainly try to emulate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Woo! Let's go kill things.
We should go. I believe I'm under a time-sensitive spell.
Yeah.
I mean,
My marriage timer's running out.
Yeah, we got about 40 minutes or
I'm only
so.
wed for another 45 minutes.
Let's
I'm only
go.
wed for another. Okay, so
Right.
I'm going to lead them towards where the good kind salmon showed.
The kind salmon.
The good kind.
Good kind salmon.
Good
Okay.
that poor salmon didn't come through before. He would have been made into a barbecue.
True.
Yummy.
Or just imploded.
Also possibly yes.
No, a salmon would never lie to me.
They're the most honest of the
They're
fish groups.
Super honest people, the salmon.
I don't even know how to what is this campaign?
Later on, take
I'm
speak with
going to
animals, and every
transform.
single day, even if we don't need it, we should find an animal for you to talk to, just so Dea has to pretend to be an animal.
When I get
I
more
wanna
spell
go up.
slots, we'll do that.
Well, I just mean at the end of every day, right? Like when we're not gonna need spells anymore,
Oh,
just
yeah, I can
cast
just
speak with
chat.
animals,
We should
and we can
talk to
just go.
Pete.
Yeah, dude. Yes. River Randy. Oh no, Pete, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep the reindeer.
Dea's
Yeah.
face, right?
Are you thinking about what Pete's gonna sound like, Dea?
No.
Come up with voices for all the animals.
Yeah, he's gotta be a pretty cool reindeer, I bet.
Do I? Can I just go back in time into a time where I didn't have to deal with ridiculousness?
No, you decided on that when you
But
decided
it's
to
so
be a DM.
fun.
Oh god.
So you guys swim closer to where the salmon indicate. That's such a weird sentence. To where the salmon indicated.
You're the one who said it was a salmon, dude.
I know. Well, what are we gonna like? It's not an octopus. There's no octopuses in there. This is not a like what?
Hey, look,
A trout?
they wouldn't give me this.
A walleye?
A
You could just
wally?
name fish.
Sort of a
To
first
use
river
this ability.
fish.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, dude.
don't.
Should have been the fish from Finding Nemo where they congregate. They just make the
Except
shapes of like
ocean
arrows.
fish.
Oh, true. True.
Yeah, unfortunate. As you approach where the salmon indicated, you can see that within the cave itself there does appear to be a faint amount of light spilling out of it, which from the right angle now you can actually see, but you would have had to have gotten closer to it.
Sounds like it's it, guys. And there's no like Sahagin like outside, right? It seems like maybe they're not expecting it.
What color is the light? Is it?
It's kind of a yellowish glow, maybe a little bit of orange tinge to it. It's very dim though. It doesn't really light up the space much. It seems to be coming from way deep within the cave.
You guys know
Okay.
if these creatures can light a fire underwater?
Well, unless it's a magical fire, which doesn't.
They did say
seem
they had a
likely, but,
mage.
like, they could always like there could be like an air pocket up there or something. They
Yeah.
could cast light on something. They're magical items that can be lit up. There's plenty of ways you can have a light source underwater.
Yothi just looks at you so confused because she's never really heard of much of the magic stuff before she met you guys, and now you're telling her that the flames underwater is a thing that could happen.
True.
Yeah, Keothi's having a hell of a time. She's been given
I
the
know.
ability to breathe underwater with magic. She's been buffed by made huge by magic.
Would I know if
What?
Sahagin
Shark barbecue?
Yep.
have any like affinity for magic, or if they generally don't use it? I would know that, right?
Sahagins, they're like upper echelon, like their nobility have magical capabilities
Yeah,
typically.
like they have the intelligence and the capability.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Kimeth told us that there was at least one mage down there with them.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
He said they were surprised. They ended. The reason why his party had such a hard time was because they were surprised by the fact that the Sahagin had a mage.
Yeah, we should expect magic capabilities from them. They're quite intelligent. So we have trouble with them quite often back at home.
Well, Kyoti's dumb and she doesn't know much about magic, so she'll probably try and hit them anyway.
I mean, yeah,
That's
that's
entirely
probably
fair.
a good thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna. I want to stay up front, but also a little.
I'm assuming Keothi's gonna want to be a frontliner going into the cave. Has no fear.
And has the light.
So fair.
Probably me and
On her axe?
myself and Keothi first, probably followed by.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, Kenneth would take it up like the middle, kind of. Assuming
Does
nobody
have
has.
heavy armor? Yes.
He is. I believe he's heavily armored.
I know.
Yeah, he's in like chainmail.
Yeah, us three should take the front line.
The squishies will stay in the back.
Hell
Sounds good.
yeah.
Before we actually enter the cave, I'm gonna quickly go use the restroom, and then we will be good to go.
Okay.
Okay, me too.
I love caves.
I love caves.
And tables.
Caves and caves.
I have a feeling I want some like super difficult combat. But I kind of I feel like that's a bad idea.
I think the stuff has
would have been tough if it wasn't a double crit.
Yeah, I think that like made the battle a lot quicker. And this one will probably be more complicated because, yeah, this one will be probably more complicated too, right? Because there's more than one. There's a mage. Basically, I think like the last time too, right? Like what happened was I just like fucking one-shot the mage, and I think that like.
I think a big issue as well is going to be the fact that we've both used, I'm assuming, quite a few spell slots. Like I don't have any second level spells left.
Oh, I have two. I have 2 second level spells and 3 first level spells still. Because I
only have 3
that
first.
sorcery. I have that sorcery point.
Oh yeah, of course you do.
Because I had those sorcery points, right? I was able to like quicken spells and use like a cantrip. Like, I got a lot of stuff. Basically, I have some pretty decent resources. Yeah, we'll need to at some point take a short rest.
Yeah.
We probably maybe should have done that before we went searching, but such is life.
Keep in mind too, Brian, I've been trying to keep things a little bit less
Yeah, I
challenging
know.
because you guys are, well, when we had Greenie too, right? Like Greenie was also a new player, so it's now Keothi. So, I'm trying to keep things less than super difficult, but you guys are kind of showing that you have pretty good aptitude for how to get shit done. So I might start ramping things up a little bit.
Okay.
We die next session immediately.
Well, to give you an idea, I frequently throw encounters that are meant for characters who are like level 17 at Luca's other party that we play on Sundays, who is a party of full level 9s.
Oh god.
And they come out mostly unscathed from them. So it's interesting what you can manage when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Fuck.
Time to adventure into cave.
Let's do it.
Right. So, upon entering the cave, the first thing you would notice as you enter is just off to your left, there's like a small alcove that seems to be just covered in algae and kelp growth. Almost as if it's being gardened. Directly ahead of you as you enter, there's another larger sort of opening in the cave where you can see stalagmites. Mites come from the bottom. Tights come
tights
from the top.
from the ceiling.
Yeah, because tights are top, mites are bottom. Yes. Stalagmites that come up, and between them there's small groupings of bones and just refuse kind of left around. Mostly sunk down to the bottom, but there's occasionally like little flecks of maybe skin, maybe old creature rotted away, just kind of sitting there in the water, freshly picked at by small schools of fish.
Nice.
And then down directly south, it seems that the cave continues on and then opens up into a Y opening, or a Y crossroad, I guess.
I'm gonna, as we're like traveling through this, like Nori's gonna kind of like pause for a second and tilt her head, and then be like, and then I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself at 2nd level as well.
Okay.
Because it lasts for an hour, and I get the free use of it per day.
Yep.
So I'm gonna add.
Is it normally cast at 2nd level in your free? Oh yeah, it is. It is. On your free use.
Yeah, my free use. I am allowed to do it. So I'm gonna add.
So you guys see Nori kind of
I scoop water towards myself, even though we're under the water. I'm like trying to scoop water, like to make the armor.
And she's suddenly, there's like a sharp snapping sound as the water around her like quickly freezes into armor around her, like this kind of like spiky looking growth of armor on her. Kind of out of nowhere.
Okay. And I'm gonna add the 10. What is it? 10 hit points, and then is it
the temporary hit points? Yeah.
Yeah, and then what is it again? It's 10. I do 10 damage when someone hits.
Anytime something hits you with a melee attack, it takes 10 cold damage until the 10 hit points are destroyed.
Okay. Cool.
Or the spell ends.
Kemet, were you guys here before? Is that?
Yeah, we got in here last time.
Do you know where they where they were?
Definitely down that way. And he points at the kind of like Y crossroads. We didn't get much past there though. They met us in here. Like I said, they were waiting for us at the entrance last time, so I think this time we may have scared them deeper in the cave with that demonstration of power.
Interesting.
Do we just run down there and scare them some more?
We could. Is this like? This is fairly narrow. Is there any way we can like check for traps? I'm not very good at that, but
I can try and keep my eyes out for any.
Remy, being very nervous of Sahag and stuff in general, would like to check for traps.
Yeah, if you want to actively check for traps, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Is that me as well?
Yep. Anybody who's interested.
I mean, I can, but I don't think this is going to go well.
I'm very bad at anything that's not strength related.
You see?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. The game just wants you to get it.
Mm-hmm. Still not
the
20
game wants you
though.
to get it. So both Xylia and Keothi, you're kind of looking around, looking at the walls of the cave, seeing if there's anything that's like more man-made than natural, I suppose, and looking at like stalactites, looking at the ceiling, seeing if there's anything that's like designed to kind of drop down on you or pop out from the rocks. And in your general vicinity, no, everything looks pretty safe as far as you can tell.
Okay.
So, you guys can start moving up to 30 feet at a time. If you want to start exploring. Well, actually, sorry. Remy can start moving 30 feet at a time. The rest of you can move 15.
Well,
Can I listen out and look around for anything? Just like be alert.
Yeah, if you want to do like a general perception check.
Yeah, I think
Tides of Chaos.
I'll do the same, but without the chaos. Oh.
That's pretty good. You listen, and you are underwater, so it's hard. But you can hear a faint bubbling sound, you think, towards the back of the cave. And listening a bit closer, it does seem to be coming from the sort of Y crossroads. And if you're looking down, if this is like northeast southwest, then it'd be coming from the east branch.
I hear bubbles.
Bobble.
Where? I'm not seeing
Bubbles.
anything. I moved my 30 feet up. I can see the Y now.
Yeah, you can see that the east definitely continues considerably deeper into the cave. The other one kind of looks like it's starting to round itself out. Whether or not it continues into a larger cave system or it's also kind of an alcove like the other two that you saw before is beyond you at this point.
I point in the direction of where I heard the bubbles.
And where'd you hear the bubbles? Like ping
From the east.
from like here?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, should we try and be quiet while we're down here?
Yeah,
I mean, I whispered that. I wasn't yelling.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys are on top of each other. That makes more sense.
Do we need to do stealth checks or anything, or are we just assuming that?
I wanna.
You guys can make stealth checks if you want to start moving stealthily.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I want to kind of move to see if I can see it here.
Oh god.
See anything? Stealth.
Let's
I'm
go.
doing twinsies.
Let's go.
Wait, Remy, can you see anything currently?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
I mean,
Weird.
I can see like there's like a cave. Like I can see like the walls here, but like around here, there's like shadow. I can't see anything that's beyond like
Oh, okay.
here. I get it's because of this corner.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's just on my screen it looks like it lit up and I was like like the entire cave lit up for some reason. All right, so stealth checks. We've got a 21, a 21, a 10 and
6.
It's a six, yeah.
right. So Keothi, you'll also want to make a stealth check, maybe assuming you're going along with them and trying to be stealthy, or maybe you're just rushing in willy-nilly. I don't know.
can't move as fast as them, so I suppose it's probably a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly.
Does that work? Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad.
So Kimeth rolled a 3.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck you, Kimeth.
I mean,
I didn't do much
Remy also
better.
rolled a 6.
Yeah, Remy
Fuck
rolled
you,
better.
heavy armor users.
Yeah. Why can't you guys be like us
I'm so
mages?
sorry. I at the cost of not getting one
Hey,
shot
it's not
every
just
time I
mages.
find something.
So Remy and Kimeth both, as they're swimming, you can hear this like clinking sound of their armor moving around in the water. It's very hard to move stealthily in heavy armor underwater.
Nori turns back to look at Xylee and goes, "We should have put towels on him."
Jeez.
Yeah, we should've
Zalia and
padded
Nori
them.
are silent as death underwater, and Keothi is almost as quiet.
Yeah, me and Nori just talked to each other via message.
Yeah, we're just sitting here messaging each other back and forth, telepathic.
The only sounds that you guys generate is the sounds of just displacing water.
Mm.
It's not very loud. But there doesn't seem to be much reaction to Kimeth or Remy's clinking around.
I'm gonna message Remy and go, "Should we check out the bubbles?"
Yeah, we can. I'm a little worried that they're like pulling up for an attack. It's weird that they don't seem to hear us unless they're not here for some reason. I'm trying to decide if I want to go towards the bubbles or if I want to peek what's behind this corner, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared to peek.
You know what
it's a
that
cave
means?
thing.
You should peek.
That's true. You should always go with what you should always do with what you're scared to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna peek here. Oh. Okay.
As you peek around the corner, you spy a just what you could describe as a school of sharks, just sort of hanging out in the water, making slow, lazy circles around in this cave. And while they've definitely noticed you looking at them, they don't seem to have reacted.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna.
They're not nearly as large as the other shark you dealt with. These seem to be more,
And they're just
maybe
doing
about
their
dog
thing?
sized. Big dog sized.
I'm just gonna.
They're just kind of lazily making circles in the water. You can see there's like scraps of torn flesh of something floating between them.
There's some husky sharks.
Would they be good for
How high is there? How high is like from the floor to the top of that?
There's about 30 feet of space for you to swim from top to bottom
Here?
currently.
Ooh.
Yeah, where you're currently
It's what-
standing,
and
there's
it's like 5 feet across. No, 10 feet across.
10 feet across. Yeah.
All
30.
right. It's.
From where you're currently standing, there's a decent amount less space, as there's a very large rock on the ground that like pushes up towards the ceiling. So there's maybe about like 10 feet of space.
Oh, that's true. So like this here, like this whole area is a rock that's like from floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, and so there's what, like 10 feet and 5 feet, like 10 here and 5 feet here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. The sharks don't seem bothered, so I'm gonna come back my 30 feet.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna say, just school of sharks, maybe the ones that belong to the Sahagin, like a livestock of sorts.
Not
They're-
livestock, guard dogs. They use them in combat,
They
but
didn't
not very
seem-
smart on their own.
They just didn't seem very interested in me. They definitely saw me.
Maybe you look close enough to a Sahuagin that they don't seem to mind.
Mm-hmm.
No
I look
offense.
offended.
Well, compared to us, we seem more like outsiders.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Do you know what's behind here?
Haven't been there yet, no.
After
Alright,
hearing what Kim has said as well, I'm gonna mask a many faces to look like a Triton.
Okay. All right. So Remy, as you cross over that,
Trying to peek over this corner, but I cannot see anything.
as you're starting to swim over on that side, you hear a quick shout from the other side of the wall in a language. While you don't understand it, you definitely recognize as Sahuagin, having heard it many times in the past. And I will need you to make me a quick dexterity save as you hear a large clanging sound from directly above you.
Oh no. Okay. I have advantage. No, I have +1.
Yeah, you have a +1.
So
18.
that's an
18's pretty good. So you have two options as a what seems to be a large metal bar directly above you is quickly slamming closed on your head. You can either dodge in to where you have been moving or back out. Okay.
I'm gonna dodge back out.
Okay. So you move one square back, and a set of iron bars slams down from up top and separates you from where you're about to just enter. At the same time, you hear a flurry of movement from the cave directly south of you.
Sharks are coming! Sharks are coming! Sharks are coming!
And I will need everybody to roll initiative.
I'm like over here trying to brainstorm how we can block off this passage, the sharks in there, and then
Well, you just hear the sharks are
and
coming.
then Remy's over here.
sharks are coming!
The sharks are coming.
Look at the
bait,
shark
ooh-ha-ha.
eyes and God.
They're taking the sharks' eyes.
Initiative. That's
Yo, double nat
Oh my
20s.
God. Oh my
Okay,
God,
guys.
everybody's-
Yo, look
This is
at
the
all
first
of
time I
our
think I've gotten an
initiatives.
initiative like
yo-
higher than 10.
Everybody but Zalia.
Your boy's going before the Sharks though by 0.01. I just want to put that out there.
I love it.
Hot dog. All right.
Get them.
Oh, Becky didn't. You gotta select your token before you make the roll, so it actually adds you to the initiative order.
Uh-huh.
But that's all right. I will add you now.
Give her that 22.14.
I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
that can't be right. Where's Becky?
Becky.
Where's Becky?
I
Becky!
think
Becky,
I accidentally unclicked it because
Becky,
I'm
no.
using the laptop.
Okay.
Becky, no.
Becky,
no.
you want blue?
Oh!
You want some blue?
I got you blue.
You want some red? All right. So, Keothi, all you hear is sharks are coming, followed by a loud metal slamming sound.
I've only got 15, haven't I?
Uh-oh.
So
They're pink iron
I can
bars.
shout to somebody.
Yeah.
Can somebody enlarge me?
Somebody make me big again.
And I'll jump on.
I don't know if an enlarged you can like fit in this game.
Yeah. I mean, it's
She can't. He
impossible
said it's
anyway.
30. It's 30 feet from floor to ceiling.
I have exhausted all of my cool shit.
All right, so the iron bars are still blocking your way. As you round the corner, you can see that there's not really an easy way through there. But I guess Nori, you are up.
If I don't see a target, right? There's something I want to do.
Do it.
I can move, what, 15 feet? 5, 15. I don't know if it would be too dangerous though. So my brain is telling me to do after seeing what Xylia did to the shark with thunder.
Oh, God.
Nori's brain is like, dude, what if I sling a chromatic orb up to the ceiling with thunder and cause that area to cave in so the sharks can't come attack us?
You can certainly try.
Damn, that's
But
five
another
head,
part
though.
of Nori is going, what if the entirety of this cave collapses in on us and
You're talking
murders
about
us?
Nori, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Nori has that much control over her chaos. I think there's a large part of Nori that's like, but what if cave-in? But what if cave-in?
Yeah, true.
Cave in.
But also
Keothi's enlarged.
it's like
She can just move the boulders. It's fine.
well, there's like what if cave in, but there's also like she can't breathe underwater forever.
Likely not.
I mean, I do. We have what? It's 24 hours, and then I
There's
do
also a
also.
group of
I
sharks
do
coming at
also
you.
have a potion of underwater breathing.
Yeah, she's fine. The rest of you might be fucked.
No, Remy's fine too, but
Well, you could starve to death too, but yeah.
Or, be mauled and attacked by a group of Zagan and eaten by sharks. It's
What's the worst that could happen?
so I'm
eh?
just trying to think. By looking.
Nori do what Nori do.
Yeah, looking at what's going on with what little limited intellect I have, it is above average. What does my brain tell me about trying to throw a thunder chromatic orb to cave in just a specific
There's a decent amount of stalactites. You could certainly try to break some off and collapse them to create a wall of sorts. You're not sure how much power to put behind the spell though to make it so you only hit the stalactites.
It's gonna be really cool if it happens. I want to hold a thunder chromatic orb, and I want to cast it at the stalactites with timing if I see the sharks come. I want to do a combo almost. I want to try and break the stalactites and also have them fall on the That
Okay.
doesn't work. We're in water. It works differently. It's water. Stuff falls slow, doesn't it?
Yep.
How does stuff fall?
Half
It
speed.
still hits with roughly the same amount of impact, though.
And it's 5. It's like a 5 foot, right? A 5 foot. No, it's what? It's 4.
Chromatic orb's 4-inch.
Oh, 4 inch.
Yeah.
Also, don't spell. What if I magic missiled some of the stalagmites?
Magic missile doesn't hit with enough force to realistically break off large.
All right,
chunks
I'm
of
just
rock.
gonna Yasa chromatic orb, and I want to try and cause a action.
Okay. What spell level are you casting it at?
I'll do a 2. Why not?
All right. Roll to hit and damage.
I'm actually scared. Oh.
Hey, it's an 11, right? That'll hit not moving stuff.
It's still a crit miss. Also, I don't believe you have bless still, so it's just a
sorry.
7.
Why do you mean? But does it miss if you get a nat 1, even if
Nat
it were
ones
to miss?
always miss.
Yeah.
They really.
Always miss on attacks. And the damage is also not super great.
Oh, also, should I do Tides of Chaos?
Oh yes, actually, good
God.
fucking call.
Okay.
Never
Okay,
mind.
yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so you form this little 4-inch ball of thunder and toss it, and it goes, and then just you see it slowly begin to arc down, slowly towards the ground instead of hitting the ceiling as intended. And when it hits the ground, it lets out this rumbling, thundering shake throughout the entire cavern. I don't know if you remember the what are they, asteroid mines from Star Wars when they went off,
Oh,
where there's like
God.
that moment of silence before just this deafening cacophony.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like that. It hits the ground, and at first you're not sure if it did anything, and then your eardrums feel like they're about to rupture as you're hit with a sound wave underwater that actually pushes you back slightly. And you could feel the whole cave shake, and some stalactites do fall down, but not enough to actually block off the area. But you can hear throughout the entire cave things are starting to fall.
Oops.
Anything else, Nori?
Nope.
Okay. Remy, you are up.
I don't see anything coming up behind the bars, right?
Not currently.
And they look pretty solid, like nothing I can really break through, right?
No.
Okay.
You could try to lift them.
Would we be able to lift them together?
You could try to help one another.
There's definitely no chance that them bars could stand against me and you.
Yeah, but like, Nori is near the entrance with the sharks.
I've made a mistake.
All right,
Things
all
we
right.
need to kill a
I'm gonna-
way.
All right, okay. I'm gonna say, Kenneth, who's right
Yeah.
behind me, protect Nori, and
I'm on it.
if I could use Keothi's help, I will try and see if we can lift the bars up.
Okay. Keothi will have to give you the help action on her own turn in order to do so. So you could give her help, and then she can try it at the start of her turn.
If she's okay with that, obviously I don't want you to have to give up an action if she doesn't want to.
Fine.
But
I can't swim very far anyway. It's okay.
All right,
Remy,
yeah.
we'll do this together.
so what do I need to do for this?
It's just a help action, so it's you use your action to give her help, which will give her advantage
yeah.
next turn.
Okay, I will do that. I will give my help action. I'll use the help action to help Keothi on her turn lift the bars.
Okay.
And cast that yet. That'll be all.
Okay. In that case, on Kimeth's turn, he will swim out into the middle of this cave where stalactites are still falling, and sort of try to block it, casting Shield of Faith on himself as a bonus action. As you can see, all around him, Nora, you can see the little eyes of Shinov sort of circling this like sort of black rune script floating in the water.
That's so cool.
And he just kind of stands there, shield out, Warhammer at the ready. On the Sahuagin's turn, two of them come swimming out from behind a corner here, and can see Remy, who's currently grabbing the bottom of these metal bars and prepping to lift them up. They come swimming out with spears, both of whom are going to make a spear attack on Remy.
Fuck.
Yep.
For an 11 to hit
Misses.
and a
Also
10
misses.
as they both start trying to shove their spears through the metal bars. Remy, you're kind of like, oh fuck.
Be careful!
Yeah. Xylia, that brings us to you.
Well, seeing and hearing the commotion, I'll use my 15 feet of movement to get just behind Nori, in between Nori and Keothi. God. Huh. I don't know much about the Sahuagin, do I?
Nope.
At all.
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
They vaguely look like Remy in a more twisted and monstrous sense. Otherwise, that's about it. They also appear to be able to breathe underwater.
Oh, the thing that we did figure out about them is that they can't breathe underwater, but they can hold their breath for a long time, right?
No, they can't breathe on land, but they can hold their breath a long time.
Oh, yeah, okay. Fuck.
They can hold their water a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I can't have a tiny bladder.
In that case, shit, I'm fucking torn right now. Does it
Do
look
what you
like...
want to do. Pull a Nori.
So I can see the where Nori cast the chromatic orb at the ceiling. Well, attempted at the ceiling, right? And the stalactites are falling.
Yeah. Not just stalactites, just rocks in general are falling from the ceiling.
Is it
mostly small rocks, but you can see some of the bigger ones are dislodging themselves.
Is it where Kimeth is, or is it in front of Kimeth?
It's all around. The entire cave is collapsing. By the looks of it. Slowly.
Oh, the whole cave?
It looks like bits and pieces are falling here and there, yeah.
Oh dear lord.
Double oops.
Oh god.
I mean, the fact that there's an AC of 20 on this turn order that just says rocks fall, everybody die.
Yeah, I don't. You're the first person to comment on that so far.
Wait, what's up?
If you look
What?
at the
How do you
turn
look at
order.
Turn
Oh, I
order
know.
is-
Wait. Oh.
Didn't see the rocks fall.
Wait, what?
Wait, rocks fall,
Everyone
everyone
dies?
dies. What?
That's a meme, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
Jesus,
I was like,
Dave.
okay, well, I'm going to cast Expeditious
You want a
Retreat.
challenge in combat, Bran?
True.
I hate it.
Fuck.
It's
Okay, so
combat, not caving.
looking at the... we wanted to lift these bars to this, to destroy these bars to where the Sahuagin are right now. But not knowing what is going on, I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at level 1 with acid at the bars.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. A 14 does hit for 9 acid damage. As you burn a sizable amount of the metal off of the bars, you can see a couple of them kind of like disintegrate off. Not enough to actually slip through, but you've definitely horribly weakened the structural integrity of these metal bars. Also,
Okay.
there's
Those
supposed to be
metal
music.
That's all I can do. I pretty sure. Yeah, that's all I can do. I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay. On the reef sharks' turns, they're all going to come rushing out of the cave and rushing towards Kimeth, who is blocking them from moving past him.
No, they don't have to. They can just stay.
And only 2 of them will actually be able to get within attack range of him as they all begin striking at him. With a bite each. With a 19 to hit and a 21, I believe.
Wait, why does it have advantage?
No, because he's not hit by the first one. Because they're sharks, and they go into a blood frenzy. If they're attacking,
He's okay.
he's okay. So he takes no damage. Sharks get advantage on attacks if their target has already taken damage.
Yeah, that
Yo,
makes sense.
F those sharks.
My husband.
So the first shark comes charging towards Kimeth, and he just bats it in the nose, and you can see a small spray of blood come from where the shark's nose is. And as the other one comes up to bite, he sticks his warhammer in its mouth and just kind of holds it there.
And the one shark that's bleeding causes the other sharks to be like, you know what? I've never tried shark before, and
Oh, they've tried shark. They know.
one in the back
Keothi.
goes, "Hey, I remember that's my favorite."
Keothi, that does bring us to you.
I really hope this is a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to lift the bars, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're still going with that plan.
I hope, and I'm saying this while I'm like dodging spear jabs.
Okay. So make me a strength check or athletics check, sorry. Which will have advantage.
Thank
Good
God.
thing. Yeah, so you grab the bottom of these bars and just slowly begin to lift them. And the structural damage that Xylia has caused makes it so that as you're lifting it, instead of it just going straight up, it actually ends up bending and creasing to the point where you get it about 5 feet up. There's just this wide hole in these bars now for you to move through. And the Sahuagin kind of like back off from the bars, both of their spears readied at you, right, waiting for you to try and come at them.
Let's go. Good job.
Am I allowed to swing at them?
No, you use your action to raise the bars, but you could rage if you wanted.
Bonus action rage.
Of course.
Alright, so Keothi goes into a rage,
Bars.
She's like,
lets out a bear-like roar
Shout.
underwater somehow.
Like, somebody make me big!
Alright, anything else, Keothi? Movement,
last words before rocks fall.
Yeah, I said any last words of bird rocks fall.
Final
and everyone
words.
dies.
I.
Poof. It's a tricky one.
Oh, I think maybe you said something, but it didn't come through.
And
Yeah, there's a lot of lag.
watch out, nice metal gates don't seem to hold up so well, do they?
Sorry if you're saying that to this. Okay, we kind of missed the majority of what you were saying. I think you lost connection there for a moment.
Oh, sorry. I said the nice metal bars you got there don't hold up too well.
Love it.
There's no sense of recognition on their face as you're saying things to them, but one of them just lets out a weird sort of gurgling laugh back at you, and like it shakes its spear at you, getting ready to try and stab you. And with that, I'll need each of you to make me a dex save, please.
Oh god.
I'm bad at these, but it's okay. I have marriage bonus.
Oof.
I'm married.
Not good.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry. I wanna. Never mind. I couldn't have done it.
Becky saves us all.
Well, Becky's fine. She also has advantage on it because she's a barbarian.
Jeez.
Kimeth unfortunately does not. That would have been very nice. So, actually, well, only Nori and Remy, you will take
None.
5 bludgeoning damage as rocks begin to fall from above you, and
Do I only take 3 because of the?
yes,
Okay.
you take 2. You damage.
Oh, it's round. Okay.
Yeah.
A
But
pebble like hits me in the forehead. Ow.
well, a larger chunk of rock hits your shoulder as you're like lifting the bars, but you barely seem to notice it. Nori, on the other hand, as you're standing there getting ready to cast your next big spell, a rock lands on your horns and cracks in half, and you're just kind of oh. Bleh.
Also, I'm sorry. I really gotta pee, but I'll be literally 2 seconds.
Okay.
You can carry on.
Keep in mind that 5 damage does come off of your armor of Agathis specifically.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, Nori, you are up.
This is what I get for not sticking to the huge. I'm gonna sigh frustratedly. I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points. I'm going to twin a level 2 chromatic orb spell at those fucking asshole sharks.
Oh.
And I want it to be lightning because I saw that it worked pretty well last time.
Righto.
And yeah.
Alright, you're attacking which one, sorry?
Sorry, I'll attack the one that's closest, and then the second one I'm gonna cast on the one to the side of it.
You just pinged the same shark twice for me.
No, I got the one that's right in front of Bro, and then there's this one over to the left.
So the chromatic orb of lightning skims past Kimeth and impacts the shark directly.
Yeah, fuck you.
And you can see the lightning rip through it and actually rip the shark in half lengthwise.
Mm-hmm.
As 2 pieces of shark just start drifting apart.
I feel better, I yell as I use Tides of Chaos, and since I twinned it, I'm gonna cast the second one.
Okay, so the second one with advantage for a 25 to hit, 16 damage. This one manages to survive the lightning bolt, but you could see a long black scar from snout to tail traveling like kind of in angular lines all across its body.
I'm gonna back up
Did you kill the
15
sharks?
feet. I killed one,
Hell yeah.
and I will end my turn.
Okay. Remy, that brings us to you.
All right. I'm going to swing my longsword. Yeah. at the Sahagin right in front of me.
Wagon. Get it.
Sahagin.
The one directly ahead of you for 10 damage. Nice.
Yeah, I also want to divine smite.
Okay, add your smite on then. Slap a bitch
Can I
with a smite.
smack? I don't have a button for divine smite, do I?
I gave you one, I'm pretty
Yes,
sure.
I do. It's right here. Hello? Hello. Oh, yes. Cast at that level.
Oh, wow. For another 17 or 17 total damage. As you bring your sword down, you can see holy fire come out in a gout from the scar that you leave across this thing's chest, as it doesn't manage to block with its spear in time.
And that ends my turn.
All right.
Oh, Remy!
Ooh.
Kimith, for his part, stands there looking a little bit confused as to what he's going to do, since his hammer is currently stuck in a shark's mouth. He looks back over at Nori and says, I think I'll take a page out of your book. As he takes his shield and sort of slams it against the shark to get it against his hammer, and casts Thunderwave directly ahead of him.
Oh god.
Yeet.
Falling rocks, everybody dies.
Basically. Which is a Constitution save, good heavens.
Ooh, it's a cube?
Yep.
Hey, they all suck except for one.
Mm-hmm. The one at the back only takes 3 damage, but the one currently holding his shield in its mouth has its head exploded from the sound wave coming out of it. And the 2 directly ahead of that both take 6 damage from exploding shark skull shrapnel.
Does that push them back? Isn't Thunderwave?
Yes, it does. It pushes them back 15 feet. You right.
Ooh.
Get back there, you sharks.
Fuck yeah, shark strips.
Back.
Fuck them.
Fucking sharks.
The Sahagin, who are no longer impeded by the bars, will now multi-attack. So the first one will go for a bite first on Remy, as it lunges out for a 7 to hit, which misses. And then a spear for 21 to hit.
No, wait, why?
Yeah,
Because she's hurt.
Oh,
Special abilities.
they get it too?
They're sharks as well.
Ugh.
Fuck.
For 7 piercing damage on Remy.
That's
But only
minus
actually only 3.
3.
If one was a critical miss, does that mean it bites itself?
No, unfortunately. Especially since it had advantage on the hit.
Yeah.
But it has advantage if the person they're attacking's been
Hurt.
Hurt, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Does that count for someone
So-
that's
so
taken
if
damage
it-
via temporary hit points? How does that work?
Temp hit points are not part of your hit point total.
So then
So
it
no.
doesn't. They couldn't get advantage on me right now
No,
because it took. Oh.
Exactly. You are not considered bloodied. And then the other one will do the same, but on Keothi for a bite for an 8 to hit, which misses. And a stab for a 5 to hit, which also misses. As it lunges towards her, Keothi, in her battle rage, screaming like a bear, is a far more intimidating sight than Remy the fish twink.
No, I'm strong too.
These Swahagan are really upsetting me. Like, they've hurt my boy. Like,
Yeah.
My boy.
They came after
the
you,
mama
boy.
bear. The mama bear.
Oh.
I love it.
That does remind me, though, actually, Kimith needs to take damage because he is warded, he has the warded bond going.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh, is it like a
So-
cover?
Yeah.
So he needs to take what, 2 damage?
He takes 5 total because he should have taken the damage she took from falling rocks as well.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
true.
what? Oh, I thought you said he dodged it. He didn't.
He dodged it. Remy didn't.
I didn't.
He still takes damage anytime Remy takes damage.
So yeah,
Oh, okay.
I see now. It's the resistance that I'm getting from damage is going on to. Going on to him.
It's a blessing in disguise.
He did explain that.
It's taking all of my hit. I don't need it though. I'm strong. I have a lot of it.
I strong.
I'm strong.
Xylia, that brings us to you.
Okay, I have a question. How does weight work underwater? Is it the same as
What do you mean?
like the weight of an object?
Right.
Would it be the same as it was on land?
In terms of like your ability to carry it, basically.
Technically, yeah, for the catapult spell.
Oh, no, catapult, I would say that's a static thing. Like, it's not,
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're in the void of space or if you're, like, it needs to generate the force to move 5 pounds of object.
Okay, in that case, I will find the closest thing to me that weighs between 1 and 5 pounds, so probably some falling debris or something.
Yeah, there's plenty to go around.
Yeah, and I will try and catapult it towards the Sahuagin in front of Remy.
Okay.
At first level.
Quaggan in front of Remy gets... Okay, so here's the thing, though, about catapult. It travels in a straight line and hits the first target in that line.
From this, wouldn't it be able to go past, though? Like, it'd be in between, right?
It still has a chance to hit Remy. Remy would need to dodge it first, and then it has the chance to hit the Sahuagin.
Oh, really?
Unless you fire it from behind the Sahuagin, because you can do that as well. But then if the Sahuagin dodges it, Remy can get hit.
Yeah. Okay, can I cancel that, knowing that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. In that case, I will just fire 3 magic missiles at the Sahuagin then. The same one.
Okay.
Oh god, that's a separate thing. Hold on. Uno, dos, tres.
Alright, for a total of 8 damage. As the Sahuagin manages to land its spear in Remy, suddenly it finds that it's missing its hand. As the magic missile first impacts its hand holding the spear and pulps it. And then another 2 shots hit it directly in the head, and it doesn't need to worry about missing a hand anymore.
Ooh. Let's go. Okay, then I am gonna use 10 feet of my movement to get on the other side of the rock from Nori.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn
Fair
there.
enough. The reef sharks will go. And they will renew their assaults against Kimeth. Again, only 2 of them, but now that he's damaged, they will have advantage on the attacks. For a Boit and another Boit. 18 and 16, I don't believe land. Nope. Kimeth with his
He's a
shield of faith.
tanky motherfucking boy.
She fucking
Yeah,
is.
Shield of Faith's really good.
He's wearing chainmail, he's got a shield, and he's got Shield of Faith. This boy is like an AC of 20.
Yay.
Jesus.
Um,
And he has
Good
shield
job.
too?
He's blocking the sharks
Or
then,
does,
really.
does he have shield?
no, he doesn't have shield.
Shield
He's
of Faith is a different spell
Yeah.
to
it's a
shield,
cleric spell.
but he is holding a shield.
He is holding a actual shield as well. I believe some clerics can learn shield as well, which is just at that
Broken.
point AC 25. Like you're not getting through that at low levels ever.
Nope.
And the last one is bringing up the rear here, just trying to get in there somehow. Larian! Keothi, you are up. You are raging, you are angry, and you've got a great axe to split Sahuagin with.
That is blinding light.
We're not blessed, are we?
You're not blessed anymore now.
Not blessed.
Right, let me just untick that just because otherwise I'll forget.
Yep.
Okay, I'm really mad, even though, you know, the one that my boy's dead. I'm still really angry, so I'm gonna smack this Sahagin straight down like this onto his little head with my massive great axe.
Oh God.
Yay.
17. How do you do him in?
Straight down.
Straight down,
Like this,
just
on his
down the
head.
middle.
So your great axe takes him in the top of his skull, and since the Sahagin is not currently swimming but has planted his feet on the ground, there's very little give in his body as your great axe travels from the tip of his skull all the way down, bisecting him right through his groin, and two halves of Sahagin just float apart, opening the
What
way
you get for hurting
forward.
me?
Fuck.
Just a cloud of like blood now, just
Yeah.
just floating in the water. Oh my god.
Remy was like a little shaken, but he's just like, "You did it!
It's like, whoo, okay.
you did a good job."
And with that, both,
Fall and everyone dies.
both Nori and Xylia would notice that the sharks currently attacking Kimeth all seem to realize that there's food all around them and start snapping up the remnants of the other sharks.
I
Uh-oh.
wasted those spells killing the sharks. We should have just focused on the Sahag.
And from a little bit further east, Remy and Keothi can hear more of the Sahagin language now being shouted by a somewhat less gruff voice by the sound of it. You would say distinctly more female, though it's a little bit harder to tell with the Sahagin.
It sounds very mage-like.
Yeah.
As Kimeth quickly backpedals away from the sharks, who are now tearing at each other as well as their dead brethren. Looks like they're distracted. We should probably keep moving.
There's more up ahead.
Are we still technically in
Yeah.
combat right now?
Yes. So I guess he doesn't backpedal until his turn, but he yells that over his shoulder, and I will need a dex save from each and every one of you again.
Fuck
Has
me.
the caster did the caster make a dex save last?
The caster?
Huh?
The mage or whatever's hiding in the back where
You
there's
don't know.
gotta be more
You don't
falling rocks.
know.
Have they been making saves?
You don't know.
Daya?
Fuck.
You've been rolling for them, Daya?
I'm such a squishy boy.
Such a squishy boy.
He actually did roll for them though, if you saw it
Yeah.
in the
I was
chat.
Okay.
So Remy and Xylia will take 3 damage.
Remy takes 1, right?
Yeah. So does Kimeth, and Kimeth will have to make a concentration save again. He's fine.
He's a strong.
He's a strong lad. Alright, so Nori, that brings us to you.
Blue. I can go diagonally here.
Could go further, I think. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could, I mean, keep in mind you have the dash action too that you can take, so you can move further than that if you wanted.
I don't want to go past my tanky. Really my shtick.
What do you mean?
I like my meat shield. I'm gonna chill here, and I'm going to hold. An acid splash and an adversary out.
Okay.
Really got.
Okay. Remy, that brings us to you then.
I'm going to go 10 feet here. I can't see anything, so I'm gonna take the rest of my 30 feet coming in here, and I don't see I don't see anything else, so I'm gonna dash
Okay.
here. Oh,
Hello.
and I will just call out, found him.
From the
Just one?
Them.
from the back, the first thing you notice as you enter this like area, the water is considerably hotter in this part of the cave. Like hot bathtub kind of hot, which is a huge difference compared to the near freezing temperatures of the water outside of the cave. Towards the middle of it, you can see this bright glow coming from this thermal vent in the middle of the cave. The sides of which are lined with sharp, jagged rocks extended towards the middle. And there's just this sound of bubbling as well as this. Now that you're a lot closer, you can hear the bubbling as well as what sounds like whispers coming from everywhere within the cave in languages you're not familiar in. Towards the back, you can see one of the Sahuagin is a considerably larger, just girth-wise. You would describe them as probably morbidly obese compared to the rest of them.
So in the back, I only see this one. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's okay.
That's the one.
I can't see the
token.
name though, because it's in the shadow. I just see. Okay,
Oh, okay.
now I see the corner of a token.
Oh, okay. I thought the light would show it for you, but maybe not.
Well, it does in a way. It's very, very transparent. So like I could see the ring,
Okay.
but like I can't really make out what the actual shape is. But I assume it's-
Like the token itself looks like any of the others. The name is the Sahuagin priestess.
Yeah.
Who, as I was saying, is very large, kind of obese looking, dressed in not exactly the most flattering of clothing. Mostly what appear to be like shells and other various ocean motif detritus that have kind of been like made together into what looks like it should be some sort of ceremonial garb, and carrying a staff made of coral. Shouts from the back in primordial, so you would understand, or in Aquan, sorry, so you would understand it. I should have known one of the children of the sea would come here, but you've come at just the perfect time. You'll be an excellent sacrifice.
Oop.
Uh-oh.
And in case you're wondering, the Sahuagin all in front of you are all bearing spears as well. And there is a floating ethereal trident just off to the side is what this thing is over here.
Spiritual weapon? Is that you?
Imagine. On Kimeth's turn, he will then backpedal away from the sharks, who are too distracted to make bites at him, and hearing that there's multiple things, quickly dashes to the cave entrance here, and as he's standing here, points over at the priestess and yells out in dwarf. So only Keothi and Nori would understand this. You and I have a score to settle.
Oof.
Um,
It is.
Which brings us to the Sahuagin's turns. As they are going to swarm both Kimeth and Remy. For 1, 2. So 2 attacks on Kimith. 2 attacks on Kimith. Or actually, sorry, a bite and then a spear at Kimith. If it rolls. And another bite and spear at Kimith. Absolutely nothing landing because Shield of
Damn,
Faith is fucking busted.
Son.
And for Remy, a bite, a spear. Don't think either of those hit. Another bite and another spear.
Arky's
19, I
at it.
think, hits you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The 1 bite hits me for 1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage. Kimith takes 1 damage.
It's a nibble.
Just a nibble.
Small nom.
How? Maybe I should wait my turn to ask, but like, I'm assuming since the ring. Tell me if this is too meta, but like the ring around Kimith being green and then me having a line of sight on him, am I able to tell that he's like healthy?
Yeah, it doesn't. He doesn't look. Yeah, so the green ring is kind of to avoid metagaming. Like you can kind of tell how bloodied somebody is. So if it's green, they don't look very bloodied yet.
Okay. So
He looks a bit injured. You can see little nicks on him in places, but
he's
otherwise,
not looking like he's in any sort of like danger.
No, not danger. He certainly looks like he's enraged, but that's about it.
He's looking like a healthy lad.
Good boy.
Yeah, he's a relatively healthy boy. And lastly, another bite, and that is unfortunate. And spear on Remy. For fuck. 2 plus 3, 5 damage total.
Okay.
Now Kimith doesn't look as
Would he
healthy.
look bloodied or just like exhausted from that? Like, does he take the physical damage?
Yeah, no, it's more like mental fatigue for sure.
Okay. That's a
he
fucking,
still looks like he's looking to fuck somebody up
that's
though.
such a fucking cool ability though. I love that.
It's pretty good.
Damage sharing.
Only level 2. Pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
Clerics. I love playing clerics.
Xylia, you are up.
I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Okay.
Which
That doubles your movement speed.
it does, and it means I can dash as a bonus action for the next 10 minutes.
Wait, sorry. Oh, it just lets you dash. Oh no, right. It doubles it for this turn, and then
Yes.
every turn afterwards you can dash. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just gonna go. I can only go 30 feet still, right?
Yes.
30 feet is the dash.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go here then.
Okay.
And that's all I can do.
Okie dokie. The reef sharks are occupied. Keothi, you are up.
I'm also going to use dash.
Okay. Gonna
I should be able
zoom.
to get there, shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's kind of in the wall, but if you move just a little bit to the right, you should be fine.
Let me just double check. So, like, there.
Yeah, that would be fine. And keep in mind, while raging, you need to
This
take...
laptop isn't very good for this.
No. I've been there.
There you go.
There or there?
She was pointing to there, but I don't know if you have to count like her. No, she was up here, so
She would have been able to move directly
she
from
would
there.
have been able to get
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Keothi? Any bonus actions, or I don't think you have anything.
I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Um,
Okay.
Shout, hang in there, Remy!
Yeah, you could just barely see Remy and this like swarm of shark creatures now assaulting him. And that will
I'm not
bring
happy
us. No, I bet not. That means everybody will now need to make me dex saves. Actually, no, not everybody. Keothi, Xylia, and Nori will need to make dex saves.
Fuck me.
Oops.
Twins.
Twinsies.
Keothi, like, you see the rock coming and you just immediately kind of like liquid move out of the way. There's no issue for you whatsoever. This is all just a song and dance for you. And Xylia and Nori will take 6 fucking bludgeoning damage.
Owie.
As Nori, another rock comes down directly on top of your head, this time hitting you just on like the bridge of your nose before bouncing off. And I believe that takes off Armor of Agathis.
It also takes off the temp hit points for me that was given by our friendo.
It's not.
That wasn't temp.
It's
That's your max HP.
max. It pushed up our max.
Your max HP went up to an additional 5.
Sweet.
But that goes away after a while, right?
After 8 hours, yeah.
I'm still looking.
All right.
A little sus.
So Nori, you are up.
Five. Will Yas a chromatic orb past my friends? Question mark, because I can do that.
They would, anything you're trying to hit would have half cover, but you can try to, yeah.
I will magic missile. This Swagin. Good old buddy. Good old buddy.
Okay.
Ooh.
For a total of 9 damage as you hit Buddy with a two missile combo that kind of sets him off as he's engaged with Kimeth, and then the last one you like angle it and it comes down and up and it clearly hits him right in the family jewels and makes him cringe up a little bit as he floats away in the water for a second. Anything else, Nori?
I don't think so. That's all that I got.
All right, Remy, that brings us to you.
Okay, Remy being surrounded next to a cave wall by Sahuagin brings up a painful, fearful flashback of the past, and he gets really mad, and he says, "Not again!" And he will cast Divine Favor.
Okay. Here we go.
No, I'm not for description only. I'm casting that, so I'll just manually remove that spell slot. And I'm gonna attack the one that's already been taken some damage. That one.
Okay, the one that's on Kimeth?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Ooh. So you go for the backstab on this thing as it's distracted. And with a little flourish of your blade as your Divine Favor cloaks it in holy light, you stab it in the back right through one of its kidneys, and all Kimeth can see is just a sword come out in front of them and get yanked back, kind of pulling the Sahuagin with it as it was previously occupied with covering up its balls. It is now no longer occupied with anything as it slowly bleeds out in the water.
Yep, and I'm gonna hold my ground. This tiny little fish boy who's like now kind of glowing with like a faint radiant light, looking a little bit more intense maybe than what his teammates might be used to seeing him as.
Okay. The priestess will then swim over this thermal vent And you can see the light of the vent is cloaking her in this like eerie orange light that sends weird shadows across her body as she begins to chant in Sahuagin that you don't understand, waving her staff around in circles and then pointing it at you, Remy, as she casts Hold Person on you.
Oh fuck.
Cool.
Oh fuck.
I will need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, boy.
So
Keep in mind you have a +1.
yeah, 13.
So for 13, that makes it.
Yes.
As you feel the energy of a weird, dark presence begin to cloud your mind and try to hold you in place, you break free of it as the holy light explodes out of your blade once more, keeping you from falling to its control. However, the trident also speeds across the water as she uses her bonus action to make a strike at you with it. And that's this one. For a 22 to hit.
That hit
All right.
Yeah.
for 4 damage, correct?
Yes.
I'm that bad at math. Oh wait, that's
Was that like
I should be
40?
at 20, not 4. I hit instead of -4, I just hit 4.
Oops.
It has now been corrected.
I was gonna say that trident did some work.
Dead.
Fuck.
Instant death. And Kimeth will also take 4 damage, which causes him to also make a concentration check, which you need to make 2.
Okay.
Ooh, Kimeth.
Kimeth is going ham.
He is.
Constitution.
Yeah, you're fine.
Good shit.
Cool. That will bring us then to Kimeth, who will take the shove action against the Sahuagin directly in front of him, trying to shove it backwards away for an 11. And the Sahuagin will attempt to fight back, but will fail as it's shoved back 5 feet. And Kimeth will then swim directly past it and towards the priestess, getting his warhammer ready. The Sahuagin will get an attack of opportunity on him as he passes, trying to spear him.
Does not like the lady.
Nope.
Yes.
Not a whole lot.
He has bad memories.
And it will miss with the spear attack as it's thrown off guard by being shoved backwards, bringing us to the Sahuagin's turn. All 4 of which, seeing Kimeth swim past them, will immediately get off of Remy and start swimming towards him instead. So Remy, you'll have a free attack of opportunity on one of these 3 as they take off.
All right, I will take the one here.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, it's a 10 to hit, so
Yeah, 10 unfortunately does not hit. As it manages to nimbly dodge out of the way, and all 4 of them will then go for bite and spear attacks on him.
Yo, I need them to calm down on my homeboy.
Listen, he's going on
Good
with
thing
the
they all.
days.
Good thing they all suck.
A bit nuts.
Fucking
Good thing
hell,
it's
dude.
strong, boy.
they're
No.
not even sucking. It's just his AC is so damn high.
It just bouncing
Yeah.
off his chainmail.
That one just
Fuck.
got 4/4.
Yeah, that's a real bummer. They're all panicking and trying to get Kimeth away from the priestess, but Kimeth, you can see those like black runes, and it's like a triangle with a little almost like an eye inside of it.
Okay.
All these little black runes sort of circling around him, bouncing the attacks off of him, and occasionally having to like smack one aside with his shield as he brings his warhammer up to bear, and he's like getting ready to just club the priestess over the head with it.
That is
The
some.
Sahuagins are all like neckbeards, and the priestess is like that one singular girl that goes to the LARP.
Yeah, though.
And so they're like, "Milady."
It's like some fucking. Some Illuminati shit, dude.
I have a quick question that may or may not be able to be answered. With how hot the water is here, do I get the sense that moving as close to the vent as Kimeth is would be harmful?
Maybe if you went deeper into the vent itself, but given Kimeth is not currently having his armor melted, probably okay.
Okay.
And given the priestess is hovering directly above it as well, Sahuagin aren't exactly known for being in hot climates, so they wouldn't have any sort of fire resistance. Xylia, that does bring us to you as you kind of see all the Sahuagin and Kimeth disappear.
Get over there, you speedy boy.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna bonus action to go further.
Yep.
Gonna smack his booty as he passes.
As he's passing, Nori, smack.
Well, I mean,
He passes
Make a
up,
concentration
hang on
save.
I can only see. I can't even tell what it is. I think it's just a Sahuagin. This one.
Yeah.
That's all I can see right now. So I will firebolt it. Yes.
Oh, firebolt. Okay.
Fire
Yeah.
Keep in mind, underwater fire has lessened.
Or even if
Capability?
it's magic fire.
Yes.
Well, it's literally all I can do, so I don't have a choice.
Okay.
Fuck my fucking life, dude.
You hit it with a little mote of flame that goes out almost as soon as it makes contact with the Sahuagin.
I'll just
Which
smile
in this
at it.
heat barely notices it.
Oof.
You're just smiling at it.
Yep. I can't do anything else. I have my turn.
Okay. Keothi, that brings us to you.
So, I'm going to move. Can I move to that one?
I think so. If you're pointing at what I'm seeing on my screen.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And because I can't get to them, I'm going to use my hand axes and throw
Okay.
them.
Okay. So you can
I want to go
can actually
three
throw
steps,
both.
The biggest.
Okay. I think the priestess is 25 feet away, and I'm pretty sure hand axes have a min range of 20, right?
I can't see it. I did click on the information, but I can't see what it said.
They're
it doesn't
20
tell
over
me.
60. Underwater, you can't go over the min range because you can't generate enough force.
She has the fin
Right,
potion,
okay.
so shouldn't everything be treated like normal?
It doesn't matter if you have a swim speed or not. You can't throw.
I'm not talking about swim speed. The fin potion that you
Yeah.
told us.
The fin potion is supposed to simulate swim speed.
No, it was the opposite.
No, it wasn't, because you told us that we were still only
Yeah.
swimming at 15 feet. You said what the fin potion does is that
Yeah.
it lets you attack underwater like you're attacking on land.
Yes, it lets you. So here, I'll pull up the underwater combat rules.
No, but what I'm saying is, so you're saying that if the issue is that you can't be above or
So
below
what I
the
was
water-
saying when I said that was making a melee attack when making a melee weapon attack a creature that doesn't have a swimming speed, either natural or granted by magic, has disadvantage on attack rolls unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. So what I was saying is that if you're attacking with anything other than that, you won't have disadvantage on it because it's as if you had a swim speed.
Oh.
It's like
It doesn't actually give you a swim speed, but it's as if.
like underwater,
So
not
it's-
necessarily like the physics.
Ranged attack rolls are not affected by swim speed whatsoever. There's nothing that you can change about it. It's about the physics of the weapon itself.
Okay.
So I can get everything but her.
Yeah, basically. And you can throw both because you can use your bonus action to make a second attack roll with a light weapon. You can throw both because you can use your bonus action to throw a second light weapon if you make an attack with a light weapon to start with.
Okay, well, I would like to throw both at. which one I'm aiming for. Probably the one to the left of Kenneth.
Okay.
So I just need to find where the heck I put my character sheet now, because I had it open 2 seconds ago and now it's disappeared.
You can shift double click your token to open up your character sheet quickly as well.
That also helps. Thank you.
No problem.
Let's just slow down. So, throw in 2 hand axes.
Yayeet and
One.
a Yayeet.
Does it come through?
There we
Yeah.
go.
So the 19 will impact for 10 damage. Jesus.
Not bad.
And the second hand axe will unfortunately go a little bit wide, as it's considerably more difficult to throw a hand axe underwater than you expected. And it was you already expected it to be a little bit more difficult, but this is your first time swimming and throwing weapons around at the same time, so you know, it's a learning experience. The first one though slams home into Slawhagen's shoulder and sticks in it, and it looks very uncomfortable. Anything else, Keothi?
Good. I just want to make sure that my little blue boy's okay.
Yeah, he's
He actually, all things. I mean, he
feeling all
looks
right,
a
Redman?
little beat up, but he doesn't look like he's.
Gonna
he
die.
might look a little bit stressed, but maybe a little bit unnaturally irritated for like somebody who is so like bright all the time.
Yeah.
But he's not like bleeding out or anything close to that.
That's my turn then.
All right, then that means Nori, you're the only one who needs to make a dex save this round.
Favorite. Yay.
Hey.
Nice.
You managed to dodge the imminent rocks falling above your head. As we go to your turn.
I like shifted. I'm just like, I'm getting really tired of this shit. Like I'm just sitting in this cave by myself. Everyone's up ahead, and I have like a moment to myself. Like I'm just really annoyed by these fucking rocks. 5, 10, 15. I can't see balls, so I will dash. 5, 10, 15. Oh, I can see much more.
There's so much more going on.
Nori's just like, what the what? What? Like she just kind of raises her hands up, and that's her term, and she like points over to random underwater volcano vent.
Righto. Remy, that brings us to you.
Okay. I'm going to I guess come right up in here. My 30. How far down is that thermal vent?
Hard to tell exactly where it starts, but it looks like it goes down maybe 15, 20 feet before things get a little bit dicey.
Okay. I'm going to attack. I'm gonna go for the priestess.
Okay. Oh fuck. That's a lot of damage for 12 whole damage. You take a swing at her, and she's not a physical combatant by any stretch of the imagination, and her armor is not armor as much as it's a bunch of seashells.
And I will.
So you managed to leave a decent slice in her.
Yeah, and I will say back in Aquan to her. Well, I've had plenty of experience with the likes of you as I'm attacking.
All right.
That ends my.
I just a side note reminder: when I cast that magic missile, I had used my Tides of Chaos previously.
Yep. Nope. You want it back, do you?
Give it back to me. Give me my advantage back, you asshole.
Sorry. The priestess takes the hit and then looks between both you and Kimeth, and says back in Auckland, "You should have known better than to come over here so I can more easily sacrifice you." And we'll cast Hold Person again at the 3rd level to get both you and Kimeth with it.
Fuck.
No.
And that's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
What does it need
Come
to
on,
be?
Kimeth. Come on, Remy. Oh no. Come on, Kimeth. Oh no.
Remy makes it.
What?
Oh no, sorry. Never mind. Sorry, you don't have advantage. That's right. We established there's a +1, not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So both of you suddenly freeze up, and you hear those dark whispers throughout the cave begin entering your head, and you don't know what they're saying, but you're getting the gist of it. Is join us. And the spear or the trident, sorry, will make its way over to Keothi and will attempt to stab her instead. Why'd I open Keothi's sheet is beyond me. That's not right. That's still supposed to be 1. For an 18 to hit Keothi. Yeah, an 18 hits your AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you take 2 force damage since
4,
you're.
Yeah.
You take 2 because you're
You're
still
raging.
raging. You're bear raging.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And
break
then
out
on.
the temporary 5 top ones we got, right?
Yes, exactly. Kimeth needs to make a wisdom save at the end of his turn to try and break out, and he does so. As with a scream of rage, you see him go from being locked down to suddenly able to move again.
Yeah, I was real scared about having both of our frontliner. Or well, we have Keothi, but I was right. We were about to die.
The Sahwagan around him, seeing as he breaks out, they were readying their spears, but instead, all 4 of them reach out and begin to try and restrain him. As they will all make grapple checks to try and grab him.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna need these guys to calm down.
The first one grapples itself.
He like goes to grab him and grabs one of the other Sahwagan by like one of the fins, and it turns to him. He's like, "Fuck off!" So he's grabbed by not one. He's grabbed by the second one, and he's grabbed by fucking 3 of them.
Kimeth, please.
And they will all 3 of them drag him over the vent this way.
No.
Fuck.
Bring us to Xylia.
Of course it does. You can't attack a spiritual weapon, right?
No, it's incorporeal.
Okay. I'll take 15 feet of my movement to move here. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Remy's still under the effect of Hold Person.
Yeah, Remy appears to. You can kind of see Remy's just sort of floating in the water, unable to move.
I'm gonna do the only thing that I really can fucking do right now then. I'm just gonna cast Firebolt at the Sahwagan Priestess.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Okay, 16 hits for a whole 2 fire damage. And she needs to make a concentration
Yes. Okay.
Fail
check, which she
it.
passes.
Fuck. Okay. Well,
As she shakes her head slightly as you've burnt off like a small patch of like her cheek, looks over at you, and just narrows her eyes.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna use the other 15 feet of my movement to I'm actually gonna back up to about here. And I will end my turn there. Yeah, I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right, Keothi, that brings us to you.
Okay, just before I do this, the Great Axe can I have, like, can I hit things from waist? I don't remember.
I didn't catch any of that. You cut out for most of it.
Square would I be able to? With the Great Axe, I've got reach, haven't I?
No, Great Axe does not have reach. It can hit only something directly in
So I
front of
can
you.
only- Okay, well, I've had enough of my boys being hurt, so I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna throw 2 of the hand axes at the priestess.
Okay, quick issue with that though is when you make a ranged attack within 5 feet of a hostile creature, you have disadvantage on the roll, even if it's not the creature you're aiming at.
So would it
You
be
could-
best to
you
hit
could-
the other one with the great axe?
You could move a little bit more to the side as you're coming in
Yeah,
instead.
you could like move into one of these spots.
Because you were what, here?
Here.
So you could move here instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be
Say
fine.
then. I just want to hit her in the face.
And now you can hit the priestess.
Yeah.
Yeet.
So now you can throw 2 axes at the priestess. 19 and a 15. That's what, 7. Just
I don't know
2,
why you
right?
did it 3 times.
Yeah. The last one wouldn't have hit anyway,
Yeah.
so that's fine. 9 and 7 for 16 damage. Jesus.
Yeet.
As you throw the first one, the priestess who looks like she's triumphant over Remy takes the axe directly to the chest, and while it doesn't go deep, it does stick in her, and she lets out a bubbly scream, followed by another axe which hits her directly under the chin and sticks in there too.
Goofed.
She looks like she's in horrible pain, absolutely in a rage, and must make 2 concentration checks. Failing
Yikes.
failing
both of 'em.
one and releasing Remy.
He's a free boy.
I'm free.
Leave my boy alone!
I'm a real
You
boy.
bitch!
Bringing us to you, Nori.
Yeah, yeet.
Oh fuck.
Gonna yas a chromatic orb at that lady.
Oh god, okay.
Why are you godding?
Do you not see her health border?
Yeet. Actually, you know what? I want to make sure she dies, so I'm gonna magic missile her instead.
Good idea.
Uno. Dos.
Pew pew
Tres.
pew.
So the first missile impacts her right in one of the axes currently pressed up against her chin, and the axe goes through her head
Oh.
and causes her to stop moving in the water as the other 2 arc up and over, slamming once and then twice against her now limp form as it pushes her into the thermal vent.
Nori's going to laugh and go, Express delivery to Genova! Our god is better than your god! Like, she's on this whole kick now that it's like her and Kimmeth are just like bosom buddies over here, like...
You can see Kimmeth, who's currently struggling with these Sahuagin holding him. As he sees the priestesses falling down towards the vent, he actively kicks out at her and shoves her further down. Meanwhile, the Sahuagin, seeing as their priestess is dead, look like kind of shocked and look like they've stopped what they're doing to look at their now dead leader.
Tides of chaos roll?
Yes, actually, please.
Yeah.
Just imagine this is a fucking 1.
Fireballs herself.
Yeah,
Middle of the water.
There's
Shit.
a delivery to Sunov, death.
Terrible Ben.
Express delivery explodes into a million pieces.
I express deliver myself.
You happen to magically swap places with the last thing that you hit.
Oh no.
Like, oh shit.
Oh god. Remy, you are up.
Okay, are the three, like, these 3 are all still holding onto Kimeth?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will try and get them off of him by attacking the one in front of me.
Okay. Stabby, stabby.
Assert dominance.
11 damage, Jesus. As you lunge out and stab it in the thigh, it screams out in pain, and starts wildly thrashing, taking its spear and turning back over to look at you as it's still holding Kimeth in one arm. Anything else, Remy?
Nope.
Okay. Kimeth on his turn points his shield towards the 2 on his side, and will cast a thunder wave at the 2 of them, kind of angling it downwards.
Oh fuck.
As he blast. Fuck. Jesus
Blast.
Christ, that damage roll.
That's a good ass roll.
Con and con. Oh, okay. One, the more damaged one manages to make it, so it only takes 6 damage. The other one, however, even though it makes the roll, it is jettisoned 15 feet into the thermal vent, where you hear a sizzling sound, a bubbling scream, followed by silence.
Just barbecuing everywhere.
And he just mutters under his breath in Dwarven, so only Keothi can hear it. Return to sender.
Yeah! My male metaphor! Oh.
The Sahwagan over here is going to swim up to Keothi, and in a frenzy start trying to lash out at her with a bite and a spear attack. Trying to go for a nibble for 12 to hit, and a spear attack to kebab her for a whole 2 damage, even though it's a crit. As it screams in a language she doesn't quite understand, but gets the gist of basically, you killed our leader.
You bastard.
You bastard! You killed
Davey,
Kenny.
no!
Davey!
Priestess Davey, no!
No, she's just Daisy. Daisy.
The 2 still holding Kimeth will attempt to strike out at him with
Look.
a bite and a spear. The spear hits!
Oh my god, finally!
They did.
And Kimeth is now dead.
No,
No, he's fine. I've got him.
He makes a concentration save. Oh, and loses his shield as the other
Shit.
one will bite and spear for an 18 and a 19, which will both hit. As he takes 4 total damage from that as
and
well.
now he's useless. Toss him in the thermal vent.
Xylia, you are up.
Okay, is the Sahwagan next to Kimeth still grappling him?
Yeah, both of them are.
Oh fuck, there's 2.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
one here and there's one here.
How's this vent working? How are things falling through, and how's Kimeth stood on top of it? Like, where is the Sahwagan
Well,
in
you're able to
relation
swim, right? So it's like gravity isn't doing all the work on this one. It's slowly pulling him down, but he's able to kind of keep his buoyancy a little bit by just kicking around in the water.
Okay, is that working the same as the Sahwagan too? It's same deal?
Yeah, they're all sort of keeping themselves up.
Yeah. we had the two that got knocked into the vent were because of like downward force.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Knowing that they're still grappling and knowing Remy has got one covered as well, I'm gonna do something that I probably shouldn't do, but I kind of want to. I'm gonna use my bonus action to go there.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna use my dagger to try and maybe
Stab.
like slash at one of the fins of this one that is keeping it up.
Okay. God.
Please tell me that works, please.
So Xylia, you zoom around behind the Sahuagin as it. This is the one that managed to get both a bite and a stab in on Kimeth. Its teeth currently dug in on his shoulder. You can see blood starting to stream out, and it stabs down with its spear, getting it lodged in the bottom of his thigh.
Mm-hmm.
And as it does so, it doesn't even see you coming as you slip up behind it and just slit.
Yes.
Cutting across its throat and down its chest as it slowly begins to drift down into the thermal vent itself.
Let's go. The first time I've ever used a melee weapon.
Fucking murdered.
Hell yeah. And I'm just gonna say, don't fucking touch my friends. And I'll end my turn there.
All right, Keothi, that brings us to you again. Finally within melee range.
Something.
Sorry?
Good plan. Okay. So I'm gonna run in between these
Ooh.
two Sahuagin,
Okay.
and I'm going to spin the great axe around, trying to make sure I hit both of them.
Unfortunately, you can only hit
So,
one.
do I need to do two?
Unfortunately, you can only hit one with an attack. There's abilities in the game that will let you hit two, but in this case, you don't have any of them.
Okay. Well, I will jump in front of that one and go for the Sahuagin that's still clutching onto Kimeth.
Okay. For 9 damage as you slash down on it, it looks heavily injured and debating whether or not it's worth trying to hold on to one person when it is now clearly outnumbered. Anything else, Keothi?
No, I think that I'll just stay really angry and want to try and pull Kimeth away from the hot area.
So it's reasonable for a barbarian, yeah. Nori, you're up.
Magic missiles all day. I want to do 2 on the weak one and then 1 on the one behind. So 2 on the one in front of Keothi and 1.
Okay. So that's 7 to him and 2 to the other.
Thought it was dawn.
No. As the magic missiles impact and shunt them around a little bit in the water, throwing them off their game, but not coming anywhere near killing them yet. Anything else, Nori? Bonus actions?
I ain't got none of those.
Cool.
I'm a caster.
You're a sorcerer.
I'm a sorcerer with no resources.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
It is very rough on the resource side of things.
Yeah, we're magic casters with literally no resources.
You know, it's bad when the wizard resorts to a dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you're having a hard time.
That does bring us to Remy.
All right, I'm gonna move over next to Kimeth, and I'm gonna attack the one here.
Okay.
Attempt to attack the one there.
Lay the smackdown on it. Oh, unfortunately, no advantage, but God, that's solid. Yeah, as you swim around it to try and get behind it, while it's distracted by both Nori and Kiori, You bisect the thing, leaving a trail of holy fire through its midsection for a second, just before it slowly slides in half and drifts apart. Its torso making its way into the heat vent below.
Okay. And I'm going to I used 10 feet of movement. Can I use more movement after I've attacked?
Yep. Yeah, you can stagger your movement throughout your turn.
Fifth. I can't do that. I can come. I'll just come here.
Okay.
Good idea.
And around that, and that ends my turn.
Okay. On Kenneth's turn, he's, you know what? He's mad, and he's gonna take a warhammer to this Sahagins head for a 12 to hit and 8 bludgeoning, which it all hits. And he hits the Sahagin with the warhammer, sending it spiraling off and to the side a little bit, where it begins to shake its head, but looks quite groggy and honestly not like it's really having any more of this shit. And it will attempt to flee as it takes the disengage action and moves over next to Nori. Zalia.
Oh fuck, of course. Okay. I'm gonna use my full 30 feet and get to here.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna cast Firebolt at it. And try to
You ain't
finish it
getting away
off.
so easily.
Please tell me
Unfortunately, a
that
10
hits.
does not hit. No, it goes just a little wide.
Baby.
And I'll just shout, "Don't let this fucker escape!"
Okay.
And that's all I can do. Sad.
Keothi.
There's not much I can do, but I'm still really, really angry, so I am not letting him get away. I'm gonna use dash, I think.
Okay.
Trying to figure out how to, like... Let me see. If I use dash, could I get in front of him?
Yeah, you could go around Nori. So you could
Yeah.
end up like here.
Someone to block him out of the way. Yeah.
All right.
Because that'd be 30.
Yeah. That would be your full 30 if you have to move around Nori on that.
Okay.
Cool. Speaking of
And I
boom,
just sort of like stand there, like blocking.
like nah, bitch, you facing your crimes.
You wanted to kill my friend and you hurt my blue boy. You are not getting out of here alive.
You hurt my blue boy. Speaking of blue people, Nori.
Tides of Chaos, and I'm going to Ray of Frost him.
Oh, you should have definitely used the dagger.
Do I have disadvantage on this because he's right next to me, or no? I don't.
Yes.
But then I have regular because
Yeah.
of Tides of.
Yes.
Good luck.
I'm going to back up 1.
Okay. It will.
So now,
It makes a claw attack at you as you back up.
yo, have at me, bruh. Oh no, 2 points. It hurts my soul.
Wait,
Oh,
doesn't your armor of Agathis finish it off?
Nah, it broke.
It
Oh.
broke. I don't have it anymore,
Sad.
unfortunately. So then now
Unfortunately, otherwise it
I'll
would
That would
die
have been
immediately.
kind of
I'll
hilarious,
Frost
honestly.
it with
Okay. Yeah. as it takes a claw swipe at you, seeing as its escape is now fruitless with a big bear lady in front of it. You point your finger at it, and a jet of frost comes out, wraps itself around this thing's face as it gapes at you in surprise, and slowly envelops the entire Sahuagin's body as it drifts down towards the bottom of the cave, kind of skips off the stone a little bit, and just keeps sort of just occasionally bouncing on the ground, leisurely.
Nori just goes, oops. We started this battle with an oops, we're ending it on an oops.
Nori's just all about them oopses. And with that, the cave falls into a mostly silence. The only sounds you still hear is the bubbling from the thermal vent. You don't hear any rocks falling anymore from further in, or from the entrance that you guys were in before. And still those dark mutterings throughout the cave, which, as you're sitting in here, begin to increase and crescendo, as well as become a bit more comprehensible. And Remy, Kimeth, and Xylia would all hear, mostly in their own heads, "You offer me sacrifices, yet you do not know me. I would offer you power in return, so long as you continue to give me more sacrifices."
Oh, bum.
Can we tell where this voice is coming from, or is it literally just like in our heads?
It sounds like it's like actually in your heads. It sounds like it's a culmination of just a voice in your head, as well as the whispers just within the cave forming words, like from disparate, different voices all at once.
Could I respond with message or no?
You could try.
I'll try to respond with message and just say, who are you?
I am destruction. I am the end.
Batman?
Give to me, and I shall return in kind. No, not Batman.
Damn it.
I am the night.
Can I get a name? I like to know who I'm speaking to. My name's Xylia.
I am pride and I am bloodlust. I am monsters. I am hatred.
That's a lot of names.
I am Orgul.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Even though Remy did not hear
That part.
The second he heard sacrifices, he was like, nope, I'm good, actually. And I'm gonna go to Kimeth, and I'm gonna lay on hands, and give him 10 hit points. And then I'm gonna be like, if you want to search for any of your friends' belongings, we should do it quick, because we shouldn't stay here.
I agree. This place is cursed. Give me a second. And he swims down just a little bit into the thermal vent, grabs Keothi's axes currently embedded in the Sahuagins, places his feet against them, and just shoves off to try and rip the axes from them before shoving their bodies into the deeper into the vent. And he kind of he puts the axes on his belt, and looks down at the vent. I don't think there's much need to search. I know where they are. It is what it is. It's probably better that we don't need to drag them out of here.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of here. I don't like
I
what
don't
I'm
like
hearing.
this either. And I'm gonna start booking it.
What does Keothi think, by the way, about being offered power? Or Keothi didn't hear the voices. Sorry, never
No.
mind.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like, I
just
think she heard it, but I wrote it down because I like.
You like this offer? Yeah.
as I get towards Zillia and Dory again, not realizing that Zillia is like having further conversation. I'm just like, cave's haunted. Let's get out of here.
I'll be right
Can
there.
Is there anything of value in here?
Nope.
Looking around, it doesn't look like it. No.
No one.
There's the only like few things of value would probably be like the weaponry the Sahwagan had on them, which are spears that seem to be made of rock and coral.
Oh, nobody wants that. Boring. Okay.
About the enchanted trident.
That disappeared, right, when she died, I assume?
The what? Sorry, the spear.
Spiritual
Yeah.
weapon.
Oh yeah, that disappeared. Sorry. As
Can-
when she died, it disappeared.
I want to go check out the shark pit.
Sure.
Boop 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 boop. Hey sharks.
As you approach there, you see most of that entrance has now been caved in by rocks as they've just slowly fallen from the ceiling. You can still
All
see.
according to plan.
Just took a bit longer than you thought, huh? You could see one shark still kind of swimming around within there, deeply bloodied. It seems to be missing one of its fins, and all the other sharks, as far as you can tell, are either dead or just missing.
Did it, you're the winner. I'm like talking to the shark. I'm like, you did it, you're a winner. Is there anything? I know you said there were like chunks of people and stuff, but
Just flesh. They didn't even look like people anymore if they were people.
Items.
Not from what you can tell.
Why is Zillia moving towards the vent?
What's up?
I am. Revy's immediately alerted to this.
What?
He doesn't know why.
I said I'll be a minute.
Xylia moves closer to the vent, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Kimeth is already starting to swim away. He's
Keep the shark.
not interested in what's going on there. So Xylia, you're approaching the vent.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it because everybody else was leaving. Like, I don't want to do it in front of people, but I assumed other people were leaving. But I said I'll catch up in a minute. I want to have a little bit of conversation.
Okay. Kimeth doesn't. He leaves. He's not interested in conversation with Dark Whispers.
Neither am I, but Zillia's my friend. I'm gonna hang out right here and just watch. I don't know what's going on, but I heard something about sacrifices. Zillia's walking towards that vent. I'm watching.
The only reason I go to the vent is because I assume that's, like, as Zillia, that's where the voices are coming from. But I'll continue talking in message. And I will say, Orgel, you say. I've heard the name, and I've heard a few tales. What is it you're asking for? Why are you wanting sacrifices?
I require a diversion of souls from my sister. Bring me them. I will grant you power, riches, fame, hatred, murder, whatever you please.
What if I don't care about any of that? What if all I care about is remembering?
Remembering your past,
Maybe.
your origins, Dark Mage.
Oof.
Potentially.
I can offer answers. Some, but not all are mine to give.
Okay. If I wanted to contact you at any point, would I be able to in this same way? Or maybe
You do not need to return here. Simply go to sleep with a sacrifice by your feet. I will find you.
Okay. What about
Remy, no.
what about this? And I will very discreetly open up my coat to reveal the symbol of Orgel that I kept.
What about my symbol?
Could this be used in any way? Maybe for contact or another purpose?
I could bestow power through it. Should you keep it on you, soak it in the blood of sacrifice. I recognize it. It comes from another of mine. It has power of its own already. You need only give proper worship.
Okay.
Oop.
I'm just gonna slowly walk away towards Remy and say we should get out of here.
All right.
Yeah, what was that even about?
I was just chilling, just taking in the scenery. We'll talk about it later.
I'm insight checking him so hard.
Okay. You want to make a deception check for me then,
Sure.
Zalia?
Sure. I have trained in deception.
Ooh.
Everything's fine. Poor
Everything's-
Remy,
everything's fine.
You know,
It must have been a really cool thermal vent.
alright, and I'm just gonna leave.
Yo, I've been waiting for something like this.
Of course you have.
I
You
live
guys
for
walk
this
up here
stuff.
and Nori's like talking to Kimmeth and she's just like, and then you were all like, "Ugh," and then I was all like, and there was like they were all around you and they're like, and they like didn't even touch you one time.
I'm also gonna just as a note, I'm still holding the dagger covered in blood. I'm just gonna put that away,
Okay.
but not clean it.
The dagger covered in blood in the water.
Oh, true.
yeah,
Would that
that's
just
a
wash
fair
it off?
point.
I keep forgetting we're underwater. Okay.
Not
Yeah.
not really. Blood is pretty viscous, so like you'd have to actually scrub it off, but it takes off the majority of it.
Okay. Well, I won't make any effort to get it off then.
Okay.
Well, don't go near that shark in that other room then with your blood dagger.
It's trapped in there. The rocks have fallen in a way that you can
Oh,
see it,
bye,
but it won't be coming out
buddy.
anytime soon.
Oh, I feel bad. He's gonna
So we
snort.
can't
Well,
keep it.
Well, you could try to remove some of the rocks and get it free if you wanted.
let's
I
just
suppose.
keep it here and pay somebody to come feed it every once in a while.
Maybe let's never come to the cursed cave ever again. I like that option.
I agree. We have no reason to return here.
Yep.
May as well go
I
then.
don't intend to ever come back to this fucking place.
Great.
How are you feeling, Kimmeth?
Vindicated.
You were like
Good.
really strong.
You're gonna get a super good night's sleep tonight.
That
I
was,
told you
like,
the next
super
few beers are
cool.
on me.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna talk to him in Dwarven on our way back.
Okay.
So did Shinova give you those powers? Like, was she just like, hey, buddy, go? Did you talk to Shinova? Have you
Well,
talked to her?
I've communed with her. I've never really heard much back, but given I received these powers as a form of worship to both her and Cargone, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've
You got one of those combo
successfully-
deals going on like Remy.
kinda. I guess Remy is what a believer of Darnua, and I can't really tell who else.
I don't remember. One of them.
Hmm. Yeah, I've not met anybody else who really knew much about Shinova apart from.
That's what I was gonna ask next. Is if like your friends and stuff also, or if it was just you, or like what was up?
No, it was mostly just me. The other guys were they weren't exactly believers. You know what I mean?
So like, what made you believe?
Kind of an out of body experience as a kid. I had really bad fever when I was young, and there's a brief moment in time where the physicians declared me dead. And I guess in that state, I spoke to a woman for what felt like a long time, and she told me that I could go back for a while and do good and continue to shepherd those who belonged with her to her. And those who it wasn't their time yet, I would have a say in such things. And since then, I've had certain abilities that others don't really have an explanation for. It's kind of what led me down the whole religious path. She told me that as Shinov, she would see to it that my end was comfortable if I continued to do her will. People make her out to be a lot worse than I think she actually is.
You know, I realized that too when I was like reading some books on her, or like asking about her and stuff. It seems like people aren't like the biggest fan. No?
I think it's a misconception. She might be the goddess of death, but I don't think she enjoys the domain. By the sound of it. Or if she does, it's not that she enjoys killing us, because she doesn't give me the ability to kill, she gives me the ability to preserve life.
Yeah, so like when you were talking to her, was that like something she started, or you were like, hey, I could do this for you, and it's like, you know what, that's a good idea, or was she like, oh, you're so great and everything, and
She offered me the opportunity to come back and do her will back here upon Aberynth.
and is it just like a one person kind of deal, like was she like, oh, like I extend this to everybody if I see them, or was it just kind of like
she didn't tell me to go and start a cult or anything, if that's what you're wondering. No. As for giving other people's powers, I'm sure I can't be the only one in all of Aberynth with the ability to occasionally commune with a deity of some kind.
Well, but like her specifically, right? Because like you see, like, there's like,
I've never met another cleric of Shinov, if that's what you're asking. No.
yeah.
Kind of makes sense. And if there are clerics of Shinov, they might be worshiping her in a way that you and I might not agree with. Goddess of death and all.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Well, I did, but I didn't, right? Like I was, and then I saw you and I was like, oh, cool. And then now you reminded me.
Yeah. I don't. So what exactly is your interest then? How do you fit into all this? You're just an interested party?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like we were chilling, and then at one point you were like something Shinov. I don't remember what you were saying. No, there was a prayer when you gave us underwater breathing. There we go. That's the first. And then you're all like something Shinov, and I was like, you know what? I definitely know who that is, and I've heard that name before. So then I was like, man. And then later on, when you proposed to my party member, and then you're like something Shinov.
Hold
and
up,
then
let's get something straight. I didn't propose to Remy. That'll wear off in like the next 10 minutes or so.
Oh, you player.
But
no, I just didn't realize. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's like one of those things where it's like logically, duh, that makes sense because you got other people like Remy and stuff too, where they're all like, I worship and follow these gods, and then they're like, cool, here's some like cool shit that you can do. and go off and do your cool shit and stuff in my name. But then I don't know, it's like one of those things, right? My brain just wasn't thinking like, oh, like obviously that would extend to like all of them, right?
I mean, if you're interested, I can put in a good word for you, I guess. I don't know.
No. Do you like call her up? You're like, hey. Do you like, oh, would you like put me on one of your
Well,
prayers?
I have my
when
nightly
before you go to bed at night?
meditations. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, hey, there's a girl. Tell her. Tell her Tell her I need to look at my Google Doc really quick because I forgot something.
I don't remember this aspect to my backstory. 1 second.
Tell her.
I love that.
Tell her, hold up a minute. I gotta look at this Google Doc. Get in my drive. I hope it's in here. If it's not, oh.
Tell her I gotta make a Google Doc real quick.
Tell her I gotta type up this Google. Tell her my computer keeps reading.
What's a computer?
Tell her Arlen says hello.
Arlen.
Yeah, tell her Arlen says hello and ask her, like, I don't know. Just tell her Arlen says hello and maybe, like, I can help too.
Could be. I'll ask. We'll see what we get. It's best I could offer.
Cool, we're probably gonna stay in the town tonight anyway, so I'll just knock on your door tomorrow morning. But like, what time? Like, what time do you? Is it like immediately after? Like maybe tonight? Like you go in and you're all like, hey, and then I knock on your door and I'm like, hey, how'd it go? And then you're like, you know what?
I might get some vague prophetic dreams of some kind that she sends my way. I might, I don't know, find signs in my morning tea leaf reading. I don't know. It depends.
Okay, so tonight we'll go back and we can get you right. So when I eat spicy food, I like dream a lot more. So maybe if we get you like something spicy to eat, and then you gotta eat it like
up here.
You gotta eat it like right before bed though.
Unless we eat magma berries, but I'm not very much interested in that.
Hey, I had some of those.
Yeah, I heard.
I do.
In Dwarven.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say I do. I was gonna say I do want to specify. I was like, this conversation definitely happened in Dwarven.
I'm just gonna look at you guys and be like,
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm the only other one that can speak.
Yep.
Word travels fast in a Quartz Cove. I think most of the town knows about the one idiot who ate magma berries.
We like laugh and both look back and stare at Xylia.
Xylia just sees
start
all
laughing
three
too.
of them looking at him.
I just start laughing along. Yeah.
Kibith continues in common.
That actually does bring me back to one thing I want to mention too. I don't really have anywhere to go with all this. I'm sort of out of a guild at this point. I was wondering if you guys had space for at least maybe a ship captain with yours. I don't got much else going on at this point, and I'm not really keen to go job hunting.
Hell yeah, we do. We also got an open job vacancy with Chalky Beef Enterprises.
I'm not much interested in that, as far as I know.
We can always bring it. I mean, you're already in the guild, right? It's just a matter of finding a company. We could
Look at that Senezal.
do kind of like what we did with Keothi, and when we next meet with Senezal, we can see.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not looking for regular mercenary work. I think for a bit I I'd kind of be comfortable just manning the boat, but I can handle transportation at least.
Yeah, and I mean, if it could work, right? Because we travel a lot, and while we're out maybe doing our missions, you can be in town gathering information. We're normally looking for rumors and tales and the like. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, we can put in a word.
All right, that works for me. Do you guys actually want to head back to town, or do you want to just continue down the river towards Grogak?
And I don't say this lightly, useless. I'm really tired. I need some sleepies. I need maybe some food. So
we can
go
sleep
back
on the
how
boat.
how safe? We're not gonna. Are there more shark people? Is there another 15-foot shark? Because then we're gonna get eaten and die.
I think that should be the worst of the dangers that we just dealt with. I don't think there's any more blockades set up down the river, but I can't promise it.
Well, why don't
I say we go down the river.
I like her guts.
I'm happy to sleep on the boat.
Yeah, you guys can grab a nap on the boat too. I'm not worried about that.
is there a guild up where we're going that we can
In
report?
Grogak? Oh yeah.
Oh, that sounds
Grogak's a
promising.
big
Fine.
city.
We won't let anything happen to you, Nori.
Okay, I'm taking a nap.
Same.
Oh, by the way, Kenneth.
I put my arms out because I'm so big to let you snuggle into me while you nap.
Yeah. Mama bear snuggles. I'm living my best life.
2 squishy wizards on each side. 1 on each side.
I'm
So
gonna
Kenneth
give
will.
Kenneth his platinum ring back and thank him.
Yeah, thanks. It's kind of expensive.
Divorce.
Divorce.
Well, that was a really cool. That was a really cool ability. It. Is it just the rings, or is it a?
What do you mean?
Well, I was just thinking. I'm always trying to protect the others, but we kind of get spread out, and sometimes you just can't be everywhere. And the 2 mages are not the hardiest, and I was just thinking that would be a really handy thing.
It's a pretty low power spell. Most of us holy types can typically cast it, from what I understand. You just gotta get the rings made. They're about 50 gold pieces a pop.
Are the rings like a catalyst?
What's it called?
There's spell component.
Mm.
Warding bond.
Ooh. Remy's like, fuck yeah.
How? Darno and Chandi have never told me about anything like that.
Those assholes.
The hurt in your
To be
face.
fair, I don't think you're
Get
high enough
them.
level yet to cast the spell anyways, because you're
Get them
a
on the
half
phone.
caster.
I don't even think I have it. Like,
Warding bond on a paladin? Really?
it's
Yeah,
not,
it's a paladin spell.
It's not on my list for whatever reason.
On roll 20 though?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's Xanathar's spell. So if you don't have the books on roll 20, it wouldn't show up.
Oh.
Oh.
Fucking Chandi and Danyo, those motherfuckers.
Hey!
That was out of character. That was just to you.
Yeah, Fletch, we're about to wrap up anyways. The session ended up being a full length session anyways.
Yeah, it did.
Well, not really. We didn't start till
We did
almost
start
8:30.
we did start late actually. That's a fair point.
It's been about 3 hours.
Yeah. So it's still a little bit shorter, but
Mm-hmm.
not as short as I thought it was going to be.
So out of character, would that be something that I can use, even though it's not on my list?
It's a second level spell that paladins can pick up, yes. But because it's second level, I think you can only use it at
I
level
wouldn't be able
5.
to use it right now, but I'm just saying. So my character sheet is supposed to have all of the spells that I would have
Right.
access to.
I can add in these other spells that you are currently missing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the only ones I don't have would be any of them from like TCE, but I don't think there's too many of those for paladins and clerics. They didn't add a whole lot.
You could always go in, like, after you add in the other ones, Corb could, like, use a different use something else and add in manually,
yeah,
right?
It's
Yeah.
a little weird. I've had trouble with this character sheet like since the beginning. I really just need to go and rebuild it.
Yeah, paladins don't get anything from Tasha's, so that's fine. But I have Xanathar's Guide to Everything, so I can add those in just fine.
Perfect.
But with that, you guys comfortably nap and make your way downriver towards Grognak, where we will pick up our next session as you enter the city. With the end of this chapter, you guys all find yourselves at level 5.
Let's go!
Woo!
So we're getting
finally
a serious power boost. I hope you are ready, because it means I can officially double the amount of experience I can throw mobs at with you. Or
No,
Fuck
it's
yeah.
fine. It's
throw
fine.
mobs at with. Throw mobs at you with. Jesus
Okay.
Mobs
Christ.
at
English
with you.
hard.
So
English
how
hard.
do I go about that? Do we just do level?
Unless you use the character matzer, you'll have to enter things in manually. And I
Yeah,
don't
I'll
really
sort it
recommend using the
afterwards.
character matzer for any like long-term character.
So what do I have to do now?
So, okay. Maybe we can do this off stream just
Yeah.
because it's a lot.
For now,
I did use the character mancer because I didn't know I wasn't supposed to, which is why my character sheet has had nothing but problems, I imagine.
mm,
Okay. I'll level it myself through D&D Beyond, which has been my backup because it catches all the mistakes that my Roll21 has, and then I'll just manually change everything.
Okay. No problem.
Maybe at some point this week I'm going to try and actually rebuild this character sheet so I don't keep having problems.
I had started the process of rebuilding your character sheet, and I just haven't gotten around to finishing it.
Okay.
okay. Do we have anything else to go through for the actual video, or?
Nope, I believe that's it.
Sweet.
I think we're done. So thank you guys for watching. We will catch you again next week, hopefully. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks again to Ali for the art, for the new Keothi art.
The new art's amazing. Thank you, Ali.
As well as all the art that he's done for us so far. It's much appreciated. And thank you, Corb, for hastily putting together the overlay.
Thank you.
And getting things ready for today.
It's pretty.
Yay.
Go,
Yeah.
Jeff.
So
Hell
thanks
yeah.
for watching. Have a good one, everyone.
Yep,
Goodbye.
bye-bye.